dub. And, of course, we're just hours away as well. Like, less than 24 hours away from Crown Jewel. So, we've got Crown Jewel that we need to be focusing on as well. I kind of really wanted a nice chilled stream. But looking at the preview for these shows, I don't think this is going to be a chilled stream. I think this is going to be pretty full on because we're going to hear from Finn Balor. We're also going to be hearing from Kabuki Warriors, of course, are on NXT, defending against Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. And we're going to crown, not us, but AEW, are going to crown the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions. That is happening tonight. So, yeah, there's loads going on. Absolutely loads going on. So this, sadly, is not going to be a chill stream. I can see this being a full-on, not knowing where to look, absolute carnage stream. But look, it is what it is. We're going to obviously be here all throughout AEW and NXT. Then, obviously, I'm going to go, try and get some sleep, come back tomorrow, and we're going to be straight into another stream because Crown Jewel starts at a really weird time because it's in Saudi Arabia. It actually starts at 4 p.m. UK time, which I think is about like 12 noon Eastern or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure of the American time. I think it's 12 noon. But I know it's 4 p.m. here in the UK, you know, like late afternoon, early evening. Really weird time. So, yeah, you know, and a lot of people, of course, it's Halloween tomorrow. So a lot of people are going to be out trick-or-treating. But, man, there's so much intrigue with that event now because obviously the women's match has been announced. Really excited for that. Really excited. I can't even tell you how excited. I love watching history. I love watching the first. I love going back to, like, you know, the early days of wrestling, things like that. Well, tomorrow we will get the first women's wrestling match in Saudi Arabian history. That's huge. That is huge. And we will get to see it actually unfold live. So really excited for that. And of course, The Fiend. If you haven't seen the prediction video that I did, it's on the channel. And you can see my thoughts on how I think that match is going to go. It's a hard match to call. I've seen a lot of prediction videos on it. I'm seeing a lot of different predictions. It's a very hard match to call. But my video is on the channel now. So hello to all of you guys. AJ Parker says 1 p.m. I think that's for the show, but I was including the pre-show because I think there are some matches on the pre-show as well. Maybe even that Battle Royal might be on the pre-show, and the winner of that will go on to face AJ Styles on the actual show for the United States Championship. I'm really hoping it's going to be a surprise. I'd love it to be someone like Edge or John Morrison. I think that'd be amazing. So, yes, I'm guessing it starts at 12 noon for the pre-show, and then the actual show starts at 1 p.m. But we're going to be live from the kickoff show. In fact, we'll be live just a few minutes before, like 15 minutes before. I can tell you, guaranteed elite figure giveaway tomorrow. Guaranteed elite figure giveaway. Maybe even more than one as well. I tend to save the elites for the pay-per-views, and tomorrow is huge. Cain Velasquez, Tyson Fury, first women's match in Saudi Arabia, The Fiend. So much. Really can't wait. Hello to all of you that's in the chat as well, my friends. I hope you are all well. Of course, we are going to run down the list of what we're in store for tonight. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about as well. And can I just take a second as well to say how fantastic NWA was yesterday. I know some of you watching this maybe don't watch NWA Power, but I would urge that you start. I really would, because it's free. It's on YouTube. It's absolutely free. There's no charge to you. And I really think you'll enjoy it because it's got great promos, really fun matches. It's presented in a very old school way, but it's like it's so old, it's new again. And it's free. Like, we're up to episode 4. Episode 4 was yesterday, but all 4 episodes, they're an hour long. They're all on YouTube now. Like, sit down for 4 hours and you can work your way through. It feels like a normal Raw, doesn't it? 4 hours. So you could go through all of the episodes and you'd be bang up to date. And then you can join us on the you can join us on the watch-alongs anyway. But man, Tuesdays, no word of a lie, they are quickly becoming my favourite day and favourite streams. I love them. I absolutely love them. Shout out to Dean Winchester. Someone, I didn't see your name, my friend. Someone just asked what match am I excited for. I am excited for... honestly, match-wise, I'm excited for the final of the tag titles on AEW. That's probably the match I most want to see. If I could only watch one match tonight, I would watch that. Because, again, as I said at the start of the stream, I'm all about history. I'm all about, the history of wrestling and those big historic moments, and you're going to get one of them tonight. You're going to get a historic moment. You can only ever be the first AEW champion once, and we're going to get the first AEW tag champs tonight. SCU, I think it is, against Lucha Bros. I think I'm right in saying that. I need to obviously go down and have a look, but if my memory is telling me the truth, which it doesn't always, but if it is telling me the truth, I think it is SCU versus the Lucha Bros tonight. AEW wrestlers, looking forward to a historic... That's exactly what we just said. Historic event tonight, AEW. Yes, here we go. So, advertised tonight, SCU versus Lucha Bros for the first ever AEW tag titles. The Elite, which I'm guessing is going to be Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, versus Angélico, Jack Evans, and Kip Sabian. Doesn't sound that interesting. Adam Page against Sammy Guevara. That might be alright. That might be alright. AEW World Champion Chris Jericho and Cody sign their contracts. Sure, that's going to be fine. I'm sure there won't be any violence there. We've got Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty appearance. What is that about? The cartoon. A Rick and Morty appearance on AEW tonight. Don't even ask me. And best friends, Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is in action. It says in action. Don't know what that means. In action. Jon Moxley in action. So there's loads going on there. So yeah, really looking forward to AEW. Days, I found a Tommaso Ciampa yesterday on my... Very cool, dude. That's a nice little figure as well. So good little find there. Shout out to Mr. Ryan. Jason, Days, how are you, mate? Please explain the Vicky thing. Jason got... Yeah, I don't quite understand it, Jason. It's probably best if you explain it, and then I can see if I can get my head around it, because there's like a whole new name that's come in now. Days, have you heard Keith Lee, Matt Riddler versus Kyle Air Guitar O'Reilly and Bobby the Fish? What is going on? What do you mean? Is this going to be like some kind of Halloween theme? Oh, they never go well. Halloween theme kind of shows, they're a bit cringe. I'm a little bit worried. I don't mind little touches. Like, I like it when they decorate the set. I think that looks awesome, so I hope they decorate the set. That would be great. And, I don't mind a few little touches, bit of face paint where they wouldn't normally wear it, or a few little things on the... But, man, if they're going to do, like, a Halloween Battle Royal, there's been some awful stuff in the past. I remember there was one that was like a Halloween street fight. It was just horrible. It was on SmackDown the other year, and I just wanted to, like, punch myself in the face. Daryl's Videos says, can't wait for NXT. Well, that is a very good prompt for me to have a look and see what is on NXT this evening. So let's jump over, give you a bit of a preview of NXT. Okay, we got Kabuki Warriors versus Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. We've got Finn Balor is going to be explaining his actions. We've got Cameron Grimes versus Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. Na 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 na. We got Tyler Bate in action. We've also got Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. Now, what's really cool is, I don't know if you saw the video that was on my Twitter about Poppy, which is, I just can't stop watching it. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. Turns out this Poppy makes a lot of music for NXT. So I'm not sure she's going to get involved, but I feel like she might actually be playing Io's entrance music live, and I don't know. I don't know what they've got planned, but the video, I just can't stop watching it. It's brilliant. If you want to see it, go onto my Twitter at Wrestling Days UK, or you can go onto WWE's Twitter, but you might have to go back quite a way because obviously they post a lot. But yeah, it's brilliant, and she apparently is on NXT tonight. She's literally just standing there, but she's like so calm. She's doing this as well. She's so calm, and then they keep cutting in like crazy sounds and scary noises. It's really good. It's like a trailer for a horror film. Days, have you heard Corey Graves' new podcast? No, I've heard of it, but I haven't listened to it. There's no way I could fit it in. I would really struggle to fit it in. Plus, no offense, I don't really care what Corey Graves has got to say, because I really don't think they're going to be allowed to kind of say or anything, if you know what I mean. I honestly think the best podcasts to listen to are going to be non-WWE ones, because surely WWE ones are always going to have to be very careful about what they say. And, you know, they've always got to be signed off by Vince. I don't know. I think if you're gonna listen to a podcast, I would listen to Bruce Pritchard or something like that, or maybe, you know, Wrestling Observer or something along those lines, because I just think they're gonna have a bit more freedom. Might be wrong, but that's my impression. Days, did you see when Seth Rollins called the fans fickle? I did. It seems like he's just carrying on down that heel turn road. This is what I'm saying. I think that was on the podcast. And I think, honestly, that's just, I don't think he believes that. I think that he is using it to further his character, which I've got no issue with. I love character development, and I think we're going further down that road, aren't we? So I'm all for it, not hating on it. I just think if you want some real juicy stuff, I'm not sure you're going to really get that from WWE podcasts, but I could be wrong. Days, did you see the Boogeyman did a video? I saw that, yeah. I mean, I didn't watch all of it. It was like nearly 3 hours long. The Boogeyman did a 3-hour live stream on the WWE YouTube channel, and I clicked on it, and he was just kind of sitting there for a while, and then I fast-forwarded, and then he was playing guitar, and it was like, what is this thing? And I looked at the comments, and people are like, this is so random, but I love it. It was really random. I think you'd probably watch it for a 5 minutes or something like that, and then you'd probably walk away, but it's probably worth watching. You'd probably be able to skip forward and find something different at every different point, but I don't know. You've got to be pretty hardcore to watch all 3 hours. Hello to Monica King. Dave's got Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. That is awesome. Both of them figures are great. The Boogeyman live stream was absurd. It was absurd from what I saw. I watched about 5 minutes. Doppelganger says a heel turn in the works. Well, we kind of thought it was going that way, didn't we? We really thought it was heading that way, and it proves like, it seems like it is. It's going to be so interesting tomorrow. You know, does he go full heel tomorrow at Crown? Does he finally absolutely snap and go full-blown heel? I would argue he's already done it. I mean, if you're going to try and burn Huskus the Pig Boy, you're heel to me. You're done. You're done, mate. Get your coat. You're a heel. Days, I watch NXT and AEW. So how are you watching it here? I want to watch NXT and AEW. Well, AEW is on Fight app. NXT, if you Google it, you should be able to find some streams. It's the only way, really, of watching NXT, because it's very hard to get the USA channel. Hello, Frugal. Hello. Frugal's back. Amazing. Matt J. Hendricks. Hello, my friend Prince Devitt. Hashtag real rock and roller. I don't think you'll get the Prince Devitt name back, but I do think you will get his mannerisms. I'd love it if they call it. I would love it. Love it. I would love it if they call him Prince Balor. I think they should do that. I think they should call him Prince Balor. He said the prince is back. So let's change the name to Prince Balor. I think that the Prince Devitt name is a New Japan name. So I'm not sure if they could get the rights for it. I don't think WWE would want to use it because I don't think they own it. And you know how they like to own it because obviously they want to make the money off the merch and all things like that. But they could own Prince Balor, and then that would, be very, very different from the Finn Balor character. Because he's so interesting. There's a lot of excitement. This could be the first week that NXT gets more views than AEW. I think that Finn Balor heel turn last week has really got people excited. So this could be the first week. So very, very interesting. Days, I'll be going to see NXT UK this November in Hull. Have a great time, dude. I went to the one in Birmingham and I really enjoyed it. I've spoken a few times about a few things that I wish they would just change. One of the things I wish they would do is I wish that you could meet some, not all. I appreciate you can't meet all. But why couldn't they have a couple of the talent, a couple of the wrestlers at a table for you to go over and meet, get your picture taken with? They do that with NXT. Like if you go to NXT, you can meet the wrestlers outside. They might have stopped doing it now that they're on TV, but I know before, if you went to NXT, you could just the wrestlers were there and you could just chat to them. When I went to the NXT UK taping, you couldn't do that. The wrestlers weren't around. I was really disappointed. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, why couldn't you have a couple at a table? You go over, say, I don't know, Trent Seven and Tony Storm, go over, get your picture taken. It just makes so much sense. It's not hard, is it? I don't think that's really putting anyone out. So I really feel like they could improve that side of things. But you'll have a great time anyway. The action is always great, and the crowd are really, really passionate. Matt says Balor said that he can use the Prince Devitt name. Okay. Interesting. I still don't think we'll see it. I still don't think WWE will want him to use it because I still don't think WWE own it. Maybe he can use it because it's not a New Japan trademark. Perhaps it's his trademark. But again, I just don't think WWE would use it. If they could, right? If they could. If I'm wrong and they can and they're happy to, then I think they should. Then I think they should because I really do think that changing his name that way would be a good move. A good move. I think Prince Devitt, a lot of wrestling fans would like to see that back. I suppose the only downside is there's a lot of people that know him as Finn Balor. So if you're talking about tune in next week to see Prince Devitt, you might have a lot of casual fans that just don't even know that's actually Finn Balor. So, I don't know, it's tricky, isn't it? I still think they should go. I still like the Prince Balor name. I really like that Prince Balor name. I don't know why. I really do like that Prince Balor. It's kind of like, when you evolve a Pokemon. I feel like that's Finn Balor evolved. You've got Finn Balor, and then he evolves into Prince Balor. I really like that. But very interesting, dude. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for letting me know that he can use the Prince Devitt name. Finn Balor's real name is Fergal Devitt. It is. I think he used to wrestle as that in Ireland. They'll most likely just name him Prince Balor and have him do more heel stuff. Finn Balor means Demon King. Why call him Prince King? Why call him Prince King? Oh, right. Wow. Okay, so you're saying that Balor means king, so why call him Prince King? Well, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to know, the meanings of all of that kind of stuff. I just think that Prince Balor sounds cool. think from a marketing point of view, it sounds cool, you know. Jennifer Lockhart says, AEW has brought my love back for wrestling. WWE has been so disappointing lately. Thank you very much, my friend. Really appreciate the support. And I struggle to disagree. I think it has been disappointing. I will always stick with WWE, though, because they've given me my favorite moments in wrestling. So I will always stick with them, but it's a very interesting time to be a wrestling fan. Matt says, New Japan can't own Devitt's name because it's Balor's last name. It's illegal. Not technically true, because his name isn't Prince Devitt. It's Fergal Devitt. So they can't own the name Fergal Devitt, but I'm sure they can own the name Prince Devitt, because Prince Devitt surely is trademarkable. That's not his name. His name isn't Prince Devitt. It's Fergal Devitt. So I've had this conversation with quite a few people that have said similar, but Prince Devitt is separate to Fergal Devitt. Prince Devitt was in New Japan, and I was under the impression that they owned it. But judging by what people are saying here, it could be that Fergal Devitt owns the Prince Devitt name. We're getting really into details here. Bottom line is, I don't see WWE using it. So I think they'll either go with Prince Balor, and I get what people are saying about the translation, or they'll stick with Finn Balor. And maybe, you know, on reflection, sticking with Finn Balor's not the worst because of the casual fans that won't know that he's in NXT now, and just trying to get that word out there, you know. So thank you very much, though, Matt. Really appreciate the thoughts. And Jennifer, thank you for the thoughts as well. Days, can you do poll? I can do a poll, yeah. I mean, we can do a poll at the moment. We won't be able to do one when we're up and running, because we will be like just lost in a world of wrestling, won't we, my friends? We will be lost. Days, I am a big city wrestling kids champion and undefeated at 12 years old. Very, very cool, dude. A champ is here. I cannot wait until Alistair Black. Okay. The Rock has said he has an announcement. He's going to start an MMA career. And would you stream it? I'll believe it when I see it. Let's put it that way. Which is worse, Lashley, Lana, Rusev, or Ziggler, Lana, Rusev, Summer? I think Lashley, Lana, Rusev is worse. Just call me Matt the Misfit. I will try to remember. Hopefully your profile picture reminds me, because I think that's Misfit related, isn't it? If I'm right, I might be right, I might be wrong. I will jot it down, but my memory is appalling. But I've jotted it down, my friend. I have jotted it down. Yeah, so Jim, I think the Lashley, Lana, Rusev was worse. Because Ziggler, Lana, Rusev, and Summer Rae, I think they were trying Summer, and, you know, it was all right. I didn't find that too offensive. I seem to remember Summer Rae putting Lana in an amazing accolade. I'm sure she had, like, an really pulling her back. So it gave us that, if nothing else. Plus, we got a figure from Mattel out of it, of Lana all in double denim. You might remember Mattel making that basic, where she had a denim skirt, denim jacket. So Lana in double denim. So far, this feud has given us nothing. This Lashley Rusev thing, it's not great. Really not great. It doesn't even make sense. There's a lot of people quite critical of it. So, yeah, not really feeling it, to be honest. Days, I saw a raccoon and he was awesome. They are, mate. They are. We established that a long time ago. Days, do you think Cornette will come out with the Rock and Roll Express? Yeah, that's a good point. Rock and Roll Express apparently are going to award the title. No one awarded the women's title, did they? Who came out and awarded the women's title? Can someone remind me? Not sure. I don't think anyone did. I might be wrong, but I don't think anyone did. I know Bret Hart had the men's, but I can't think of anyone with the women's. So we'll have to wait and see. Do I think Jim Cornette will come out? There's a really good chance. But it depends where they are, because I know Jim Cornette doesn't like to travel. He's like spoken about it on his podcast. So if they're like miles away from where he lives, then he might be like, nah, you're all right. But yeah, the Rock and Roll Express are going to be there, aren't they? Matt again. Matt, oh, dude, you don't have to keep sending these super chats through. Will the Fiend have the severed head? I actually think he shouldn't. This has got nothing to do with Saudi Arabia and whether they allow it or not. I just think from a PR point of view, he 100% shouldn't. 1000% shouldn't. It would be a PR disaster. So I'm going to say absolutely not. No way does he have the severed head. And if he does, I'll actually be really disappointed. I'll be really disappointed because I think that shows a real lack of awareness. Because, you know, there's people going to be watching this that maybe don't know everything that goes on in Saudi Arabia, and we're not going to go through it all. You just need to know that they haven't got a great human rights record, and things have happened, and there's a lot of anger at WWE being in Saudi Arabia. And for me, you just can't have that head. You can't have that head. So I hope not. Maybe you lot feel differently, but I'm telling you now, if I was booking it, no way would he be walking out there with it. Who is the tallest WWE wrestler? Give name and height. Oh, okay, it's for a poll. I thought you was actually asking. I was like, I think I know the tallest, but I'm not sure if I know the height. I reckon I could be within a couple of inches. Days, when will the toy hunts come back? I gotta be honest, the last one wasn't received that well. Like, it got great likes. People that watched it really enjoyed it, but I think it got about 13,000 views. And toy hunts tend to do better than that. I think the one before that got about 11. So I don't know, I'm kind of looking at it thinking, is this something people still want? I have to judge really by the views and, you know, kind of the response that the videos get. So I feel like it is something people still want. I think we'll definitely do more, but it just hasn't been high on the agenda because the last one wasn't that well received. So we'll have to wait and see. But we will definitely do another one soon. Matt, the Misfit, I remembered, said the Fiend will win because it's Halloween. Well, maybe. I don't know if that's going to be a strong enough reason to have him win. We'll have to wait and see. Days, do you like the name? Oh, message went. What do you think of the first ever women's match in Saudi Arabia? Love it. Absolutely love it. Think it's a big moment. I think it's history. I think it really is going to add to the event. I'm really excited to see it. I'm really pleased for Natalya. I don't know if Lacey deserves the honor because she's only just come onto the main roster. But as I've been saying on Twitter, it's not about that. Honestly, this could be Linda McMahon versus Stephanie McMahon. I wouldn't care. This is more about the fact that they're having the match. You've got to remember, there's going to be little girls that are going to be watching, and they are going to see women in the ring wrestling for the first time. And some of those kids might think to themselves, I can do that. I could go on to be a wrestler. And who knows, you know, what doors are going to be open for them now. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I mean, I don't think the people that have complained on Twitter about Lacey Evans versus Natalya have actually stopped and thought about what it's gonna mean to the young girls and the women over in Saudi Arabia. That's what this is for. It's not even for us. Who cares? Who cares who's in the match? It's all to do with that. And Stephanie has said that they are, of course, going to wear slightly different ring attire. They're going to be more covered up. Steph has confirmed that, and it's no great surprise. When Alexa took on Sasha in the UAE, they were covered up. It's all in the video. You might have seen the video I put out earlier about it, and we spoke about the UAE match. I showed you the figures that Mattel made of that match as well, and yeah, you know, I'm really, really excited for it, and it's history, isn't it? It really is history, so I don't really know what else there is to say, to be honest. I'm all for equality, and this is a big step in the right direction. Matt the Misfit, Lacey Natty is probably why there was no Evolution 2. That's a really good point. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they felt they didn't need to do that pay-per-view again because this has been in the works for a little while, so yeah, that's a fair point. I think it's a shame that there isn't a all-women's pay-per-view each year. I feel like the women would deserve it. I thought Evolution was excellent last year. But to be honest, I would like an all-tag team pay-per-view as well. I think, I don't know how many people would be interested in that, but I do feel like, you know, there's so much scope. I mean, you could just do it as a house show. Do it as like a one-off crazy house show. You know, you got the New Day, you got, just fill it full of like NXT tag teams, put Undisputed Era on there, Breezango on there, Viking Raiders, you know, maybe put a couple of teams in, like get Seth and Roman together as like a slight Shield reunion. Who cares? Just go for it, you know, go for it. Let's showcase the tag division like how Evolution showcased the women's division last year, because I thought Evolution was a big success. I think another one would be a big success, and it just got me thinking, why don't we look at doing that for tag teams? I think tag team wrestling can get a bit of a bad reputation because it's kind of always pushed to the back, and that's the problem. But there's some of the best matches in NXT history have been the tag matches. You know, I'm thinking like DIY matches were incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, they would be, wouldn't they? You're talking Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa together in a team. Of course, their matches were going to be insane. American Alpha. Think about how great American Alpha were when they were a team down in NXT. I really think there could be something there. If you think about War Games. War Games is basically a big tag match, isn't it? And that's like the main event of that. So, yeah, I think there could be something in that. But anyway, we're not going to see it, so forget it. Forget I even said it. Matt the Misfit again, dude, you don't need to keep doing this. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep doing it. Raccoon, I did see the New Japan figures. They look awesome. I don't think I'm going to get any, though, because I can't start another new collection. To be honest, there's just no way, but I did see them. Matt the Misfit says, Liv Morgan's 2K20 theme is very fiendish. Yes, very fiendish indeed. For those that maybe haven't heard it, it is kind of a bit generic. I don't think it's a spoiler for the future. I don't think they would put a spoiler in the game like that. They have to have this like sorted months and months ago. So I just don't think they will have had this ready. I get the feeling it's generic music, basically because they don't really know what her actual music is. And they've given her like quite a spooky kind of entrance music. So I'll be very, very surprised if that turns out to be her actual music. But you are right, it is very spooky and fiendish. Days Natty is practically all covered up anyway, so she's all right. There's quite a lot, though, of see-through bits on her costume, isn't there? If you think about what she wears, there's a lot of see-through elements. I think all of them will be completely covered, as you might imagine. My finisher is Days inspired, and it's called Lost in a Live Stream. Lost in a live stream! That's how I feel. I'm just constantly lost in live streams. We live stream a lot now, don't we? I feel like I know you guys more than I know my own family. Red Finn said he would like AOP to be... Oh, really? I didn't hear that. That's amazing. That is amazing. I didn't hear that. Finn wants the A... Could you imagine that as a faction? Could you imagine Finn and the Authors of Pain? Again, what a great tag team. AOP. Amazing tag team. AOP versus Viking Raiders. That match would be insane. Days, I've got a question. Does Smith's toy shop you go to send to the US? I honestly don't know. I probably not is my guess, because they're only based in the UK and Ireland, so I don't know if their website would send abroad. I mean, you can jump on and see. It's Smith's. Just search, Google it, Smiths with a Y, SMYTHS. To be honest, though, I mean, like, in the US, you better just go into Ringside. You might as well just go to Ringside Collectibles. Matt the Misfit again. I think we are getting a women's War Games. Oh, that would be brilliant. I'd love that. That'd be ace. A women's War Game. We deserve a women's War Games. Who would be in that? Do you mean we're going to get that and a men's War Games? Because I'm sure we're getting a men's. I'm sure we're getting Undisputed Era versus Tommaso and Velveteen, and then you need 2 more. Could be Pete Dunne. I don't know. I don't know who will get added, but I feel like we're going to get a men's. Women's would be brilliant. Days, Becky just followed you on Twitter. I doubt that. Hey Days, I changed my name back to Ken Langfauner so you can recognize me again. Welcome back, Ken. Days, is NXT on Sky Sports? Sadly not, no. And they really need to get that sorted, because I'm having to use streams which aren't the most reliable. Although, credit to them, they have been brilliant the past couple of weeks. So, but still, I wish they would get it onto Sky Sports. Do you watch horror movies? I love horror movies, yes. To be honest, I haven't watched really any this year. Oh, tell a lie. There was one on Netflix that was called Eli, which got really, like, it was in the top 10 ranking on Netflix. Looked good. It was about a kid that had some kind of a medical issue, and they were operating on him, and he was in, like, this scary house, and he was seeing things. No spoilers in case you want to watch it, but I didn't like it. I wasn't scared at all, because I'm big and brave. But I just didn't like the ending. I just didn't like it in the end. So if you're watching it, I would approach with caution. It's called Eli. Undisputed Era versus Johnny, Ciampa, Dream, and Dunn. Well, I get the feeling that Johnny's going to be in a feud with Finn Balor. So when we do get to take over, I'm sure it's going to be Johnny and Finn. So I think Dunn, Dream, Ciampa, yes. But I would swap Johnny, I think. Chelsea, a no match for Man U. I saw that Man U won tonight, but it was like the B teams, wasn't it, playing each other? Not the actual B team. That would be amazing. But like our second teams. Thank you very much to WWE Clay Sculptures. Shout out to you, my friend. We are just over 20 minutes away now from the start of both of these shows. I need to drink my coffee. Okay, there we go. Matt J. Hendricks says Cole is going to defend his title at TakeOver. That's a good point. He will. So if he's going to do that, he probably won't be in the War Games. So maybe they won't do a men's War Games, or maybe they do 3-on-3. Maybe it's still Undisputed Era, but it's just 3 of the 4. It could be. Roderick Strong. It tends to be 4-on-4 though, doesn't it? And it does tend to be 4-on-4. But they could have done Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish versus Velveteen Dream, Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa. That would have been ace. But you're right, it does tend to be 4-on-4. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they're not going to do one. Days, is Huskus more than... Days, is Huskus more than a legend? Huskus is a legend. Like, that's it. Fact. No, there's no discussion. The greatest puppet ever. Joe is here. Hello, Joe, my friend. How are you? Joe says, I'm afraid of seeing Poppy on NXT. I tell you, no word of a lie. You're going to think I'm lying when I say this, and I promise I'm not. I watched that little 15-second clip easy 30-odd times. Easy. Probably more. Like, I just couldn't stop. It was only 14-odd seconds long. But just the way that her presence is incredible. Like, the way that she was just, like, she was so still. And, it was really good. She absolutely nailed it. I'm desperate for a wrestler like her. I'd love for her to have been a wrestler. At first, I thought she was. Straight up, at first, I thought she was. I'd never heard of her. So I thought that this was going to be some kind of a new superstar, and I was going crazy. And then, obviously, you guys started telling me, no, she's like a YouTuber. And I hate YouTubers, all of them. Every single YouTuber, overrated. So, yeah, it is what it is, you know. And she's going to be doing the music, I think, for EO tonight. Thank you very much to Matthew Lopez. Shout out to you, my friend. Really do appreciate that. Very, very cool. So, shout out to Joe Mikolajczyk and Matthew Lopez. Daisy's in love with Huskus. No, that's not new. Daisy, I'm getting the Wyatt gym box. Are you? Already ordered. She's got a YouTube channel full of weird videos. Watch her stuff. You'll love it. I did see a few videos. And they are very, very strange. It's kind of like this metal music. It's a little bit like metal, a little bit new metal, and then it'll break into like this Beach Boys kind of a real dreamy pop kind of thing, and then it'll go back into the. It's good. Huskus and Days. It was love at first sight. Well, we both love bacon. Does Huskus love bacon? Why would Huskus eat bacon? If I could ask Huskus one question, I'd ask him if he eats bacon. I'm going to feel bad every time I do eat bacon now. I might have to give up bacon. Days, did you watch the FIBA World Cup? My country, the Philippines, did terrible. No, what is the FIBA? What's the FIBA? I don't even know what it is. FIBA World Cup. I don't know what that is. Let me know. I want to know. Days, Billy Gunn came to a wrestling show in Warsaw. Poor Billy Gunn being in Warsaw. Days loves Camille. I do love Camille. I am a big, big, big Camille fan. I absolutely love Camille. For those of you watching, wondering who Camille is, she's on NWA. And she basically hangs. She's a bit like China. Like she's really like looks after her body. She's like really muscular. Like really works out. She has got such a presence about her. But she walks around with the champion. She walks around with like Nick Aldis, and she's just silent. She doesn't say a word. They've gone to interview her a few times, and she won't say anything. She won't speak. And she's so intriguing as a result, because you're just like, why isn't she speaking? Like, what's she gonna do? You never know what she's gonna do, you know? Yeah, she's really intriguing. And yeah, I'm a big, big Camille fan. I think it's such an interesting idea as well. So it's so simple. Just stay silent. Just stay silent. Just look quite serious. She's got, as I said, great physique. Looks like she could destroy pretty much any woman in any women's division. I reckon she could beat. I can't think of anyone that would beat her in WWE outside of Asuka. Yeah, she's the real deal, man. She's the real deal. Hello to Christopher Rogers. Hope you are well. Rambling Rabbit will be on Miz TV. 4 people left in for the poll, is there? Very cool. 160 subs now. Sure, at 9,000, Tommy Toy Travels traveled due to get to 10,024, so I've been here before. Thank you very much, Sterling. I tell you, I absolutely love Tommy Toy Travels. And without Tommy, I've said this a million times, without Tommy Toy Travels, there would not be a Wrestling Days. That is a fact. I've said it many, many, many times. And I'm desperate for that boy to come back. I'm desperate for him to start making videos again. But yeah, he's been concentrating on other things. I did reach out to him actually, and I said, Tommy, let's do something. Let's do a video. Let's make some content together, baby. And he blanked me. I've been blanked. But yeah, I nothing but eternal love for Tommy Toy Travels. Basketball was the FIBA. I didn't even know there was a basketball World Cup. Didn't even know. I didn't know. I didn't think there was one. I thought I knew there was different countries, and I thought the biggest competition for basketball for countries was the Olympics. I had no idea. Clearly, England are rubbish. Otherwise, I would have heard of it. Tommy Toy Travels is strange. He's changed from wrestling. When he was doing wrestling, he was incredible. The best. Simple as that. The best. I've never been anywhere near his league. I will quite happily admit that. He's the best. But then like I don't know if he fell out of love with the figures or whatever, but he completely changed what he was doing, and now he goes to like comic cons and interviews people, and they're fun. Them videos are really funny. He's really awkward, really cringe. If you love cringe, check out Tommy Toy Travels and what he's been doing at comic cons, because he's been like botching interviews and really good. He does not get the credit he deserves. He really doesn't get the credit he deserves. But he's made a couple of like wrestling videos again recently. Little quick toy hunts, just really quick. Just like, a couple of minutes. And he's kind of teasing. He's just kind of teasing, little teases that he might come back. So I'm totally on board. I really hope he does. Days Poppy versus Camille. Battle of the Creepy Stairs. It's more like for the Olympics. Okay. Is it possible that Boogeyman could attack the Fiend or Rollins? No, don't think so. Days, remember I'd hate it if that happened. I mean, I love legends, but could you imagine if the match ended because the Boogeyman got involved? Oh, no. Olympics are bigger than the FIBA. I've never watched him, just heard of him from this channel. Well, if you do watch him, he is strange. You need to go into watching his videos knowing that he's doing it on purpose. When he's messing up the interviews, he's doing it on purpose. When he's dropping the mic, when the camera's not focusing, all of it he's doing on purpose. He's trying to create comedy by things going wrong. It takes guts to do that as well. It takes guts to interview someone in the first place. I mean, I don't do it, do I? I mean, how often do I interview someone? So it's not something I ever really do. So to interview them, but then purposefully drop the microphone or ask them a stupid question, or it takes guts, man. Nothing but respect to him, and I just wish he would come back and do wrestling videos again. Best in the world. Not like effort, which is bigger than the Olympics. Undertaker attacks the Fiend tomorrow. I think that's my pick. Yes. Awkward comedy sounds interesting. Yeah, well, he goes for it. I mean, it's up to everyone's got different tastes, haven't they? So you might watch his channel and it might not be quite right for you. I don't think he could do anything wrong. I love watching his old wrestling videos. If you go back into if you watch what he was doing in the past, I mean, he used to have puppets and everything, He had a little Tommy Toy Travels puppet, and the guy was next level. He was so ahead of the game. I feel like if The Undertaker was going to attack The Fiend tomorrow, someone would have seen him already. Well, my feeling on this is that I just can't see them not having The Undertaker there, because the Saudi fans desperately want him. Saudi are paying a lot of money. The Saudi royal family or whoever are paying a lot of money. So why wouldn't they have The Undertaker there? I feel like they would. And I feel like they kind of have to. He's not in a match. He's not in an advertised match. So what better than an out-of-nowhere appearance? Braun attacks the Fiend. Braun's going to have to get ready for Fury, isn't he? And I don't know when the Fury fight's going to happen, but is he really going to get in a fight with Fury and then come out later or come out even before? Don't know. So happy women are wrestling at Crown Jewel. The guy against it on Twitter had lost it. His argument was just silly. When he was saying that he hadn't seen a great match since WrestleMania 28, I was like, oh, okay. So you're an actual idiot. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if he lost, I had no respect for him. I respect his culture. I've got no issue with the Saudi culture. I'd hate for that to be misconstrued or something. It was never about disrespecting the Saudi culture. And I did say that to him. But yeah, the guy on Twitter that was, he was kicking off about the women having a match. And he's from Saudi Arabia. And it shows, doesn't it? It shows that there are people against it. A lot of people watching might not think that women's wrestling match is a big deal. But then you see someone like him on Twitter that is against it and actually saying shame on the Saudi government and all stuff like this. And kind of go, wow, it really is a big deal, because there are people out there that think that way. There are people out there that think that. So it's huge. I'm really pleased. AEW just made Moxley versus Omega at Full Gear unsanctioned. Oh, okay. How long do you think the Wednesday war will go on for? Good few years. I can't see them ending anytime soon. NXT ain't going anywhere. AEW's not going anywhere. I don't see either one wanting to change channel or change day or anything, you know? I think it's good press for both, isn't it? So I think this could be like WCW, WWE. We could be here for quite a while. Right, we do need to do a Wheel of Fun. I wanted to drink my coffee first. So, right, let me have a look and see where we are with... Of course I haven't set anything up. Of course I'm an absolute disgrace. What the hell is that Rick and Morty thing going to be tonight as well? What is that? That's what I'm thinking. That's where my head's at. What is that Rick and Morty thing tonight? So, kind of intrigued by that. Intrigued by Balor as well. Obviously intrigued who's going to be the first champs on AEW, the first tag team champs. Let me mention as well, whilst I'm just setting this up, a few things. If you are after a Wrestling Days t-shirt, you can get them from Amazon in the US. If you go to the Urban Species shop, Amazon, you can get it in the US, so you haven't even got to worry about like crazy shipping costs and stuff like that. Should be quite good price-wise, because I think they're actually printed in America. So you can get Wrestling Days t-shirts in America, which I'm guessing is pretty good for Canada as well. I don't know about the rest of Europe. I really don't know. I know you can get them from like, I've had people ask me, which is why I'm telling you. Urban Species in the UK sell them. That's probably the best way to get them in the UK. Amazon. And go to the Urban Species shop. You can see one right here with Jim Hornet. Jim Hornet is here. So we've got Jim Hornet. Yes, you can get them. And I think that was everything. I don't feel the need to do any kind of like big crazy announcements. Apart from the fact, if you're in the UK, you can meet this guy for free November 16th, November 17th. Please don't make me stand in London on my own. I'm going to be in London, Leicester Square, saying hello to all of you guys as and when you get a chance to pop in over that weekend. I'm there from the very start of the day to the very end of the day on Saturday and Sunday. Going to look to do some videos from there as well. There'll be a look around the shop. Bill McKeena's there. I might try and grab a word with Bill, but I don't know. I don't really know what questions I would have. Bill, are you everything good? Everything all right, Bill? So yeah, we'll have to see. Right, it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Ba-dum-bum. Can I just tell you before we bring the wheel onto the screen? Look at these. We're at the red toxic waste now. Now, I didn't know what these actually were, but I found out these are, right, just as sour. Okay, so they're no less sour They still got the hazard warning on the back and everything, like the choking hazard, and also it says that they're hazardously sour. It says that you shouldn't have more than one at any time, one piece. We've been having about 8. So they're still really sour. But these are red because they're all like red flavors. I gotta tell you, there's some flavors in here I hate. I really hate some of these. So not only is this going to be sour, but the flavors are flavors I don't like. And I'm not just telling you that. I really don't like these flavors. For example, we've got, I like strawberry, no issue there. I like raspberry, good stuff. I can't cope with cherry. I can't cope with cherries. I hate cherries. If ever I have a little Bakewell tart, I don't know if you have them in America, but if ever I have a little Bakewell cake, yeah, it's a little thick cake, it's got fondant on, and then it's got a cherry. I always take the cherry off. I won't give you a thank you for a cherry. Cherries are my kryptonite, okay? So, not a fan of cherries. And also cranberry. No one likes cranberry. Yeah, not even people that make cranberries like cranberry. And this has got cranberry in there as well, so... who wants cherries and cranberry together? And I'm not happy about it. I didn't know what it was, and now I found out. I'm super sad. Right, let's bring the wheel up anyway, because I'm talking a lot, and we need to hurry up, because we're literally just minutes away. We are minutes away. We're just minutes away. We're just minutes away. Where's the wheel? The wheel, and where's the stream gone? The stream gone? My NXT stream has disappeared, and the wheel's disappeared. I think they've run off together. I think they're having a relationship. I think the stream and the wheel have run off. What is going on? Where is the wheel? Let's try and bring that back up. No? Go back over to here. Is there something wrong? Save. Let's see. Let's wait. Let's wait there. Let's wait and see. Wheel should turn up in a second. Stream, I'm having to try and reset. Reset. I'd say boat. Oh, could not play. Brilliant. The wheel's not come back either, has it? Oh my god. This is the Wednesday Night War, guys. This is the Wednesday Night War. Just drama for me. I love kicking back and talking to you guys, because that first hour, there's no stress. Wonderful. As soon as we're getting ready to go, full on stress. Full on stress. Right, I've got the end of last week's NXT on screen. Of course, NXT started, well, I say started an hour early. It didn't start an hour early. They're just replaying last week's episode. In regards to the wheel, I am at a bit of a loss here. I'm not going to lie. We are struggling. We are struggling, guys. There's a real struggle going on here. Put it in again. I can see people asking questions. I'm going to try and get to you in a second, but I'm just trying to redo the wheel. Let's wait and see. Yes, there she is. There she is. Hello, gorgeous. Right, spin the wheel. Quick. Quick, quick, quick. Be quick. Days 2K20 is broken. Don't get it. No spoilers. There's no spoilers to give. This is last week. No. Oh, no. Oh, what is it? Oh, no. I think that's more on the forfeit side. That's on the forfeit side. I can't avoid it. Brilliant. Well, look, there's no way I can do it now. I'm going to have to do it after NXT. We'll do another wheel after the show. So after AEW and NXT is finished, we'll spin the wheel. And I will do the forfeit as well. It has landed on forfeit. Life is cruel. I mean, there was me talk about how much I hate cranberry, hate cherry, and all of this kind of stuff. And it seems like the wheel just... Brilliant. That's my fault. Clearly the wheel didn't want to be spun, which is why it was hiding. And now it's popped back and gone. Brilliant, you woke me up. Here's a forfeit. Okay, the lights are flashing away. AEW is about to begin. We've got NXT coming to an end from last week's show on the stream. I think the NXT stream might be a little bit behind. But let's go over to AEW. We've got Cody with Tony outside. I need to find controls here. Oh, we've got NXT starting. Joe Burns, shout out to you, my friend. Cody and Tony Schiavone has got into like a limo. It's a weird start. Weird start over on AEW. Right, I need to... Days, ask Bill, when's the Fiend figure coming? That's a really good question, actually. That's a really good question. We're starting with Poppy, I think, over on NXT. We've got Poppy on the entrance ramp of NXT. There she is, look, doing like the entrance music. Oh, I know this song now. I Disagree by Poppy. Wow, this is cool. NXT definitely getting the better start here. This is really cool. She's like singing in front of a giant, well, the entrance screen. They're showing clips of the past few weeks. Over on AEW, we've got Moxley going in to speak to Tony Khan. Wow, it's all happening already, guys. It's all happening already. So, over on NXT, we've got Poppy. I'm Poppy. There we go. It's really cool, actually, on AEW. We've got Moxley in a room talking to Tony Khan at the moment. Saying to Tony Khan, you're going to treat me like everyone else treats me. I'm unsanctionable. Io Shirai is making her way out. So Io Shirai has come. Oh, what an entrance for Io. Io, look at this. Poppy and Io. Poppy's coming down the entrance ramp with Io. Freaky, man. These two are freaky. Io's like, come on, Poppy. Is Poppy getting in the ring? Poppy's getting in the ring. Oh my God, we're getting Poppy versus Io Shirai. Poppy singing in the ring whilst Io Shirai is just screaming her head off. This is a really great entrance. Really, really great. Io down on her knees, arms outstretched with Poppy behind her. The lights, the strobe lights are flickering. NXT have gone to that next level for their open. So we're getting Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. Brilliant open. Man, you don't even get that on Raw. Don't get anywhere close to that on Raw. Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. That is how we're starting NXT after a fantastic intro by Poppy. Woo! Big slap by Io over on AEW. They're just telling us what action we're going to see tonight. Hangman Page versus Sammy Guevara, but it's all happening on NXT. We got Candice and Io Shirai fighting on the outside of the ring. These two have put on some fantastic matches. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant matches. Oh, big crossbody! Suicide dive by Io Shirai, the genius of the sky. Arguably the best female wrestler in all of wrestling. Over on AEW, we've got Sammy Guevara versus Hangman Page. I don't know if you heard the news, but Hangman Page's horse died. Did you hear that? The horse that he used at All Out passed away. So there's a bit of cheerful news for us all. Draping neckbreaker through the ropes by Candice. These two are going to put on beautiful senton to the back of Io Shirai, going for a cover by Candice LeRae. Not able to get 3 there, just a 2 with Io into the corner. Candice going over with a knee, back elbow by Candice. Candice going up to the middle ropes. Io taking her legs away, and beautiful double knees. Beautiful double knees by Io Shirai. Hangman Page making his way down to the ring. So, Hangman Page versus Sammy Guevara. Should be an interesting little match. I don't think there's any stipulation for that match, though. That's the only problem. This match doesn't necessarily need a stipulation, because this match it's a grudge match, man. These two have been in one hell of a feud. So, they just hate each other. Io with double knees. Days, you're messed up. Cheerful news. Well, I was being sarcastic. I will put you on the list for the next Wheel Challenge if you missed this one. Huskus the Legend says R.I.P. Hunter Horse Helmsley. Yes, is that what they called him? Hunter Horse Helmsley. Right, Io has got a headlock on Candice. Candice goes down to the mat. I don't know if Io pushed her down or if Candice just threw herself down. Basement drop kick by Io Shirai, the genius of the sky. Absolute. What a great start by NXT. What an absolutely fantastic start. Io breaks apart, kicks the head of Candice. We're underway now on AEW. We've got Hangman Page and Sammy Guevara locking up again. I don't think there's too much between these two stipulation-wise. Of course, there's the whole faction war thing in a circle thing that's going on with AEW. But I've got to be honest, out of the two matches, far more interested in Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. NXT really trying to close that gap in the ratings. Io flipping up. Beautiful work by Io. Such a great heel. Oh, step up enziguri. Step up enziguri by Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae, I think she keeps checking her nose. I don't know if she's got blood coming out of her nose. Just having a look. It's all Hangman Page in the match over on AEW at the moment. Days NXT is fire. They're doing some great stuff, aren't they? They're doing some great stuff. Both women on the outside of the ring right now. Days, what if Undertaker attacks and Fiend still wins? Undertaker hits him with a tombstone roll and goes for the curb. Could happen. No one knows how that match is going to play out, which is why it is so intriguing. They're still fighting on the edge of the ring, and there is blood coming out of the nose. Oh my God, Io just wipes that blood from the nose of Candice LeRae. Really, really lovely stuff there by Io Shirai, the genius of the sky. Oh, she's such a good heel. Such a good heel. We're well underway as well with Hangman Page, Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara with some chops now. Io Shirai going up top, both the women back into the ring. Still, Io Shirai looking for a suplex on Candice LeRae. NXT knows that they have not only AEW, but they've got the World Series as opponents, okay? Pulling out all the stops. Candice still up top. Io down. Candice trying to fight back. Io takes the legs away from Candice, who goes to the outside. Sammy Guevara over on AEW has just got caught by Hangman Page. Fall away slam. And a little kip up as well. I think we're going to commercial break on NXT. It's picture in picture, but there won't be a great deal of action. So we can focus on AEW for the time being. 10 minutes in, lots to talk about. Great opening by Poppy. Great intro for Io Shirai. No less than what she deserves. One of the biggest stars down in NXT. And really getting that epic entrance. It looks like AEW aren't really trying to combat NXT. I don't think Sammy Guevara, Hangman Page is the same level, to tell the truth. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys feel different, but such a hot feud, Io Shirai and Candice LeRae, that I'm just not sure AEW can quite match it, but we'll have to wait and see. Notice how in the bottom right corner on NXT, it says NXT Live instead of WWE Live. I hadn't, actually. I don't know how long they've been doing that for, but it's a nice little touch. Well spotted. Moxley versus Omega Lights Out match at Full Gear. NXT is kicking off with a bang. Days, what is your favourite horror movie? I always say Nightmare on Elm Street because I just love those films. They remind me of being a kid, going to the video rental store and renting like movies with my dad, who's still with us, but we don't go to the video rental store anymore. But I that's when I first saw like horror films, because we never had them in the house, you know. My parents don't care for horror films. Sammy Guevara comes down off the top and gives a little cheeky slap to Hangman Page, and Hangman Page gets right up to his feet. Big chop by Hangman Page, and across the chest. It's all Hangman Page right now, unloading on Sammy Guevara. Duck underneath, goes for a clothesline. Sammy Guevara, nice reversal. Super kick by Sammy, but clothesline by Hangman Page. Really nice little sequence there. Great little spot by these two. You can't deny how impressive they are. We're still at commercial over on NXT. Looks like it's kind of 50-50 at the moment between those two. Actually, in both matches, it's kind of like 50-50 in both. AEW Women's Dark match was trash, so I think Becky wasn't lying about taking them all out. John Cena needs to go to NXT. MLS Cup playoff between... I don't even understand what that is. I think, is it football? Yeah, FC, football. I'm good, thanks. Huskus is a legend. Obviously, we are well underway with both shows, which is always... This is easily the most stressful time of the week for me. Trying to watch two shows at the same time and try to not miss anything is a little tricky, but very enjoyable. I am not complaining in the slightest. We got Hangman Page, Sammy Guevara. Nice top rope enziguri by Sammy. Sammy over the top, goes running over, gets caught and planted onto the edge of the ring. Sidewalk slam by Hangman Page. And we are back from commercial on NXT. I can tell you that Candice LeRae is firing some big forearm strikes to Io Shirai. Io Shirai is down. Candice into the corner. Missile dropkick by Candice. Io Shirai, look at the blood coming down the nose of Candice LeRae. Nice. Takes Io down, goes up to the middle rope. Looking for a bit of a beautiful DDT. 1, 2. Needs to do more than that to put Io Shirai away. Great tornado DDT off. Look at that. Beautiful tornado DDT by Candice LeRae. Went for the cover. Only got a 2 count. Oh, to the outside on AEW. Sammy Guevara, Hangman Page. Brilliant action on both shows right now. I'm probably more invested in Io and Candice. Candice just gets planted down. This is Io's opportunity. Io Shirai, the genius of the sky, is going up. She's going to look for that moonsault. Candice in position. Knees up. Knees up by Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae gets her knees up. Io felt that. She's staggering around like me on a Friday night. And we've got a pin attempt by Hangman. Hangman gets the pin on AEW. So Hangman Page beats Sammy Guevara. So Hangman Page with the victory on AEW. And we've got a little roll up by Candice. Kick out by Io Shirai. Nice uppercut. It's all for me. It's all happening on NXT. I think it's been the better start. She's looking for armbar. Io Shirai trying to get an armbar. She's got... Oh, I think she seems quite happy with just wrapping her legs around the head of Candice. Yes, it is a submission hold. I think we're hearing from Hangman Page on AEW as well. Over to the ropes. LeRae gets her foot on the rope. Hangman Page says tonight felt good. There's a feel that AEW cramps too much into one show. I feel like I do that on these streams as well. Io has gone and got a chair. I don't think she's going to care about being disqualified. Oh, the ref has taken it off Io. Little roll up. 1, 2. Kick out by Io. Face first by Io. There's not really anything happening on AEW at the moment. Hangman Page celebrating his victory. Oh, Candice! Just did a springboard moonsault. No one home. She landed on a chair. And Io Shirai wins an absolute war. What a brilliant match that was. Springboard moonsault by Candice LeRae. Landed on a chair that was in the middle of the ring. There's blood all over her face. There's blood all over her nose. Io Shirai, the genius of the sky. Absolutely wonderful. Great start by NXT. First 20 minutes, NXT are winning. Look at that. Look at that. I think her face hit the chair. I think Candice's face hit the chair. I don't think it was her body. Legit think it was her face. Oh, such a shame. She's got such a lovely face as well. Io Shirai is unloading on Candice. Is that Rhea Ripley? Has Rhea Ripley come down? Rhea Ripley kicking the chair away from Io. Big chop. Rhea Ripley now swinging the chair and Io having to retreat. Rhea Ripley is a big, big player in this women's division now. Io just screaming at Rhea. Lovely, lovely. We've got Undisputed Era taking on Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. That's taking place tonight. Still nothing on AEW. We might be at commercial break. They're just showing repeats of what we've seen. We can see the commentary team on NXT. We got Beth Phoenix, Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness. For me, the best commentary team in wrestling. Absolutely brilliant. Balor is next. Mauro has got a nice jacket. It is Balor next, by the looks of it. Over on AEW, we don't have anything yet. Oh, there's a guy in the crowd that's got a ref shirt on. Look at him. They're just showing shots of the crowd. As we said, I think we're probably at commercial. I see a Rick and Morty inflatable. WWE, where a pig puppet who has an eating disorder is more over than the majority of the company. Yes, I don't disagree. Look at this. Rock and Roll Express with Private Party. Doesn't look like they've got Jim Cornette with them. They're just backstage, though, with Private Party. Very, very cool. Yeah. Definitely agree. We're at commercial break now, by the way, on NXT. Legit, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Rock and Roll Express. Great to see them with AEW. Everyone vote for me in the chat. The Prince is back. Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the chat. What do you think of the shows? Who do you think's had the best first 20 minutes? For me, it's been NXT. Who the hell's this? Shanna. Shabba. Who's this? Shanna. Shayna? Shanna? Shanna. Hello, Shanna. A new addition. Portugal's perfect... Well, I thought that was Cristiano Ronaldo. I thought Portugal's perfect athlete was Cristiano Ronaldo, but apparently it's not. It's Shabba. Okay, well, Shanna's here. Looking very smiley and happy. Don't know what she's so happy about. I can't see this girl winning. I don't know who she's facing, but Shanna, new face. Who's coming out now? Hello, who's this? Legit, I don't know who this is either. I'm loving this, though. Is she fighting a disco ball? What's happening? Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida is Norton 1, so we've only seen her once before. She the girl that lost to Rio? Yes, I think the commentators just said she was, so... Okay, we've got Shanna versus Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida in, like, full-on Japanese attire. Looking very cool. Might be a fun little match. We'll have to wait and see. We're still at commercial break for NXT. So we've got a couple of relatively new faces. First match for Shanna. And second match for Hikaru Shida. I'm more of an NXT guy. NXT is awesome. NXT is better than AEW. So far. Imagine Inner Circle versus Bullet Club. That would be awesome. I think Drake Maverick will win the US title. Jim Cornette is going to be mad. They've got the Express on split screen during a break. So far, NXT is better. I agree. Hangman Page on the same level, but it was an okay match. I agree. AEW to win the ratings. You think so? I'm not sure. I think Finn Balor might have tipped it this week in NXT's favor. It's a lot of ground for them to make up, though, isn't it? In all fairness, NXT does have a lot of work to do. It's not as if they're just like 20,000 behind. They're like 200,000 behind. More, actually. So that's a big gap. It is a big gap. We'll have to see. I think it'll be a lot closer. Your mom is good at cooking. She really is. AEW is brand new. I think most people forget about that. It's crazy how competitive the ratings have been. Should my tag team be called the Tubers or the Next Gen Superstars? Whatever you want, dude. Corny won't be pleased. He might be there. He might be there. It might be a little surprise, you know. Right, we've got Balor. Finn Balor is making his way out. Isn't it crazy to think that Finn Balor won't be in Saudi Arabia? Like, I kind of feel like they would love to have seen him. You know what I mean? Weird. Balor as the demon in Saudi Arabia. Finn Balor promo. I can tell you it's the same music as before. He doesn't have a shaved head. His hair is short, but I think it's the same as last week. It's the same music and everything. He's not really interacting with the crowd, though. Let's see what he's got to say. The spotlight is only on Finn Balor. It momentarily was off Finn Balor as well. Again, I'm sorry, but what do I want to watch? Shanna versus Hikaru Shida or Finn Balor? It's Balor, innit? NXT are slaying it so far this week. Let's see what Balor's got to say. Days, remember the first War Games, there were 3 teams. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe Balor will get a team. Think there's a Finn chant? Funny how things work out. There's a few boos as well for Balor. Thank you, Finn. Oh! A few months ago, I laid down for the hottest new thing in the business because he put on a new mask. That is a killer line. That is a killer line. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Finn Balor is slaying it in NXT. I love the fact, I love everything about this. He's just pacing around. What a line. Says people on social media. He says there's too many fans in the locker room when they should be sitting with it. This is one of the best promos of 2019. We're watching one of the best promos. He says, this business watches me. What? This is killer. This is killer. This is... I don't know if I've seen a better promo in 2019. He says, this brings me to Johnny Gargano. The heart of NXT. He said, I heard you got out of hospital. Let me make one thing clear. I'm going to send you straight back. What? Johnny, you won't be Johnny Wrestling. You'll be Johnny Watches Wrestling. All you can do is applaud. All you can do is applaud. One of the best promos of 2019. Finn Balor is here to make an absolute statement. Finn Balor basking. He's got the guns out. Walks up the entrance ramp. I really thought that Johnny might make an appearance. He hasn't, though. No Johnny. But what a brilliant promo. What a brilliant promo. Little promo package for the Kabuki Warriors. Tell you what, that promo is going to be all over social media. There'll be people right now that have got GIFs of it, GIFs of it, whatever they're called. And they will be all over Twitter right now. Some killer killer lines in that promo. Saying that he lay down for the hottest thing in wrestling just because he's wearing a mask. Crazy. Loving this music as well. Kabuki Warriors tonight. I tell you what, I haven't even been watching this women's match. Let's give it some respect because it's still underway. Both women are on the middle rope. What a promo. What a promo. I mean, we've seen some great... I've only just noticed, you know, that the turnbuckles all say Rick and Morty. I noticed that the ring posts were like a slime green. I did notice that, but I didn't think much of it. I just thought it was like a new colour that they were trying. But of course it's all Rick and Morty inspired, isn't it? It's taken me half an hour to notice that. The fact that Rick and Morty are on the turnbuckle pads. Shanna with 2.9 on account. That promo was freaking fire. I agree. I absolutely agree. Days Zykomi Porter is the first AEW live stream champion. Okay. I will jot that down. We're just at commercial break for NXT. And AEW has got this women's match. So far, NXT, quarter of the way through, absolutely owning tonight. It's not even fair. It's not fair. Like, so far tonight, we need a ref stoppage. We need a ref stoppage. AEW is dead. But there's still a lot to come. Make no mistake about it. We still got the tag final. So we still got that. We still got the Elite coming up as well. So we're only a quarter of the way through. But wow, that Balor promo. Amazing. Amazing. Are you a Finn Balor fan? I am now. I thought he really lost his way, dude. I thought he really lost his way in recent times. I thought about 2016 when he became the Universal Champ. I thought he was brilliant. Everything seemed to be going well, and then he got injured. And honestly, I'd say the past couple of years have not been kind to Finn Balor. He's been nowhere near the title picture outside of that match against Brock Lesnar. And just they haven't been using the Demon that much, and he's not really had any interesting stories. It's been poor. Shanna down in the middle of the ring. Oh, knee by Shida, but she gets rolled up by Shanna. Going over, round the back. Over the top, little roll up. Some really good, quick wrestling. Did she get it? No, she didn't get it. Some nice counters. Women doing well here. I'd like a little more, from what I'm seeing of these women, I'd like a little more snap. Just feels like a little bit like, right, let's do this. Now let's do this. Now I'm going to do this. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't quite flow. Doesn't quite flow. Some lovely little transitions, though. And who knows? Maybe these two haven't been in the ring with each other before, so... But you can just see it doesn't flow as well as Io and Candice. But knees from Shida, and Shida gets the victory. Good match. It was a good match. NXT is back, and of course we've got Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes coming up tonight. Who's coming out now? Is that Shane Thorne? Days, Ric Flair said he will punch Hulk today at Crown Jewel. Do you see them getting in a brawl? No. Why is it Rick and Morty? Apparently they're sponsoring the show or doing something like that. I'm not too sure. But there's some kind of cross-promotion that's happening. So they've got them on the turnbuckles and might even be a little skit that you see later. Little bit concerned about Shane Thorne on NXT because, let's be honest, not the biggest name. And for me, this depends who he's facing, but this could be a little bit of a step down here for NXT after what was an excellent, explosive, non-stop first 30-odd minutes. It's Bronson Reed, so I'm not sure about this. I know you've got to give people the spotlight. But this is maybe where, I don't know. I just kind of feel like NXT, I would have booked a different match. I like the look of Bronson Reed, though. Bronson Reed is my kind of a wrestler. Big, athletic. You know what I mean? He looks like a wrestler. He's got a great look. Love his ring attire as well. There's a lot of ring attires now that just look the same. Just look bland and boring. He's got that great classic big man ring attire. Shane Thorne, though, not waiting around. Couple of big drop kicks into the corner. Bronson Reed down. Cannonball by Shane Thorne. We've got a little video package on AEW. Are they trying to give a video package to Brandy Rhodes? So we saw a little glimpse of Awesome Kong in that video package. Chops by Shane Thorne and Bronson Reed. We've got Rock and Roll Express coming out. Rock and Roll Express. Great tag team. Really great tag team. One of the all-time greats. I would have them in my top 20, that's a big honor, you know, to be in like a top 20 tag team. I'm sure a lot of people would have them right up there at number 1. Don't like them belts. They're the AEW tag titles. We're still underway with Bronson Reed against Shane Thorne. Bronson Reed against the ropes. Kick to the head by Shane Thorne. Beautiful. Suplex. Oh, hello. LAX knocking down Rock and Roll Express. Santana and Ortiz. Rock and Roll Express are still active, so they can take the odd bump. Yeah, Rock and Roll Express getting beaten up by the Titos, Ortiz and Santana. Loving how he's putting gloves on as well. Why is he whipping him with a sock, though? That seems a bit lame. There's something in the sock. I'm guessing there's something in the sock. Bronson. Lovely German suplex. Ah! 1, 2, and a shoulder up by Shane Thorne. Gotta say, it's a good little match, this, between Bronson Reed and Shane Thorne. I really do like Bronson Reed. Really big fan of Bronson Reed. Oh, no way! Absolute carnage on AEW. And now the Young Bucks come out. Shane Thorne is from TM61. Yes. That was a good way of using the Rock and Roll Express. Oh, that's where I didn't even know where they commentated from, but we just saw the commentary table. AEW, I'd say, are now getting my attention. Bronson Reed, though, with the cover and gets the win. Bronson Reed with the victory. Good win for Bronson Reed, that. There you go, the Rock and Roll Express taking a great bump. Good work by one of the greatest tag teams. Although, to be honest, it does remind me of like when Mae Young got powerbombed by Bubba Ray. Do you remember that? I'm getting flashbacks of that. He looks a bit like Mae Young. Bronson Reed as well. I should just mention the splash that he delivered off the top to get the win was absolutely incredible. I don't know if I've seen a big man get height like that. Absolutely insane. You've still got it, Chance. All they did was get their butt kicked. Hello, C Wrestling. Hope you're well. AEW. Good match for NXT. I agree. I didn't have high hopes for it, but I do like Bronson Reed. And it was a very good match. Backstage with Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox on NXT. Tegan Nox looking like she's going to be sick. They're talking about how they're nervous, but they're good nerves. I don't know how they've got the opportunity, to be honest. I know they won against Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke, but I think that was their first match. So, go to commercial break on NXT. I think we're at commercial break as well on AEW. They're showing shots of the crowd. Large parts of the crowd have got Rick and Morty masks on. So, it seems like they probably gave some free masks out at AEW. But I think we are coming back now because we've got... who is this team? Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and QT Marshall. Brilliant. Well, that's easy to remember, isn't it? Couldn't they have given them a team name? No idea. Jobbers. Jobbers are here. First time for these guys on AEW. And as we said, we are at commercial break on NXT. Great match. I know I didn't do it service. I was watching Rock and Roll Express instead. But Bronson Reed versus Shane Thorne. Really enjoyable. Fast-paced. There was no hanging around. I think they booked it really well. I think they know that, you know, people are really giving those guys a chance. And they went out there and they took it, man. If you've got some superstars that maybe people aren't familiar with, you've got to give them action. You've got to give them, you know, a fast-paced match. That's exactly what it delivered. So, very, very good. Very, very good. Ain't nothing bigger than ITV. Well, maybe they should be live on it. It was number one contenders match last week. Yes, my point was I don't know how they got into that match. Because I think that was their first match as a team ever. I don't remember seeing Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox together as a team before. So, like, they got together and got a #1 contenders match. Not hating, I'm just saying. For me, I don't want to see them win tonight because I don't think they've earned it. They've won one match. You know what I mean? I mean, put me with Asuka and I'd fancy my chances in winning that match. Mainly because I wouldn't do anything. They're definitely not jobbers. If you watched the Indies and Ring of Honor, then you would know them. I don't watch the Indies and I don't watch Ring of Honor. I don't have the time. So, considering I've not seen or heard of them before, they are jobbers to me right now. We'll have to see how they do. Who they're in there against. Days, who was the very first live stream champion? It was Future Marine, I believe was the very first. Shanna and this bloke eating an apple are from Southside show at the weekend. Cody has been busy. Well, we've got Cody in a limo at the moment. Just telling stories in the back of a limo. NXT is on commercial break. Women's tag team title match. What is that next? RVD said AEW is the minor leagues when Bound for Glory held 500 people in the crowd. I don't know. I don't think AEW is the minor leagues. I wouldn't say AEW is minor leagues. They're on network TV. For me, the minor leagues would not have that kind of exposure. So, I feel. I mean, like Impact is on TV, so I wouldn't really call Impact the minor leagues. I think Impact's fine. I think for me, you're talking about the indie shows that don't have that kind of exposure. Maybe the kind of things that you only find on Fight. Maybe they're more the minor leagues, you know. Right, we are going to NXT, and I think we are going to that women's match. We are indeed. Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox versus Kabuki Warriors. It's going to be a good match. I am firmly behind the Kabuki Warriors. Impact is really good at the moment. I have heard that. Okay, so Dakota and Tegan are in the ring. Are they called Team Kick or anything? Or have they got a team name? I like the fact their ring attire is the same. I appreciate that. I'm a big, big fan of Dakota Kai. Here comes Kairi Sane's music. I hate this music they've got. They've got to change it. Mixing the two together just doesn't work. Kairi just looks incredible now that she's changed her look. Now she's not the pirate anymore and she's got that umbrella. She looks absolutely incredible. I don't know what she said then. She went over. I think she touched that Japanese flag. Kairi Sane, I mean, look at that. So different to the Kairi Sane that we saw on NXT not that long ago. Laughing in the face of Dakota. Oh, best friends. Best friends are coming out. And we are getting little clips of Rick and Morty as well on AEW. Orange Cassidy is here. We've got like Rick and Morty doing commentary. This is weird. This is weird. Jim Cornette's gonna literally lose his mind over this bit. Little advert for Rick and Morty. Joe Burns, thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate it. Very, very kind. Thank you. Right, this is weird. I don't really know how to tell you what's going on. We've got Best Friends and Orange Cassidy all dressed up as Rick from Rick and Morty. I don't think any of them are dressed as... Oh, one of them might be dressed as Morty. We've got 2 Ricks and 1 Morty. So we've got Best Friends and Orange Cassidy dressed up as Rick and Morty. And then we've got these other people. This clearly is the comedy match. Over on NXT, we've got the Women's Tag Team Championship match. I'm just waiting for Orange Cassidy. Not going to lie. Out of everything that's happening right now, I just want to watch Orange Cassidy. But we've got Asuka and Kairi Sane. Look at Asuka. How great is it to have Asuka back on NXT? Asuka in an NXT ring, taking on Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. I mean, there's surely only one winner there. Surely only one winner. Love Asuka. Love Kairi. Love the Kabuki Warriors since they turned heel. Love, love, love. Oh, they go over. Orange Cassidy pushed down. Tag in comes Kairi. Kairi giving it all of this. Asuka must be the child of the Great Muta. She's said before how she loves the Great Muta. One of her biggest inspirations. Nice swinging DDT by Trent. Over on NXT, we've got Tegan Nox in the ring with Kairi Sane. They're trading chops. Oh, nice. Kairi Sane stomps on the foot. There's a lot of posing by Kairi Sane, which is brilliant. She, like, every time she does something, she, like, really takes her time. She's just living in the moment. She's living her best life. I really appreciate that. In comes Asuka. Drop kick by Tegan. The Kabuki Warriors driven out the ring. And both of Dakota and Tegan go out after them. Into the steps goes Tegan. Asuka. So great having Asuka back on NXT. I know I keep saying that, but I absolutely mean it. Here he is, look, Orange Cassidy in the ring. The main man. One of my favourite parts of 2019. Orange is here. Oh, devastating kicks by Orange Cassidy. Look at these. I'm surprised that guy is still standing. Roll through by Orange. Beautiful drop kick and kip up by Orange Cassidy. And the referee. The referee puts his glasses on and they're not quite on. Doesn't matter. It adds to the beauty of the piece. It's art. That's what we're watching. We're watching art right now. And now we got Best Friends. Bang. Down. 1, 2, 3. Best Friends. Orange Cassidy with the victory. There we go. Orange Cassidy. They're using Orange Cassidy really well. Brilliant. Orange Cassidy. Deadly kicks. They're deadly. Jim Cornette is not wrong when he says this is a cosplay wrestling company. Yeah, I know. There's I do understand what he's saying. And I do think the Rick and Morty stuff is going to be hard for AEW fans to defend, really. You know, they if WWE were doing this, people would hate it. They would hate all over it. So, I don't know. The Rick and Morty stuff seems very, very strange. Look, you can see there's people in the crowd just like... You know what I mean? It is weird. It really is weird. I'm not hating on AEW. I don't want people to get that impression. I really love Orange Cassidy. I really do. But the Rick and Morty stuff, very, very strange. There's a guy there that's dressed as orange. Look, he's got the denim jacket on. We're at commercial break for NXT as well. Who were best friends face him? Some people. Apparently they're big on the indie scene. It was their first match. RoboCop WCW. It does. It's got that vibe, hasn't it? Feels like RoboCop levels bad. Yes. I can't wait to see what he's got to say about it. Jim Cornette. Very much going to look forward to the experience when he talks about this. How did he come out? He came out dressed as Morty or Rick. I don't know who's who, to be honest. They're still showing shots of the crowd all wearing Rick and Morty masks. There's a guy there that's got a really great Rock and Roll Express t-shirt on. Credit to him. We're back on NXT as well, my friends. This is Women's Tag Team Championship. Every time I look into the crowd, the Rick and Morty masks just look weird. Since it's Halloween, I think it makes sense. I would have liked to have seen everybody cosplaying tonight. I don't know. I don't mind little touches. I don't mind little things for Halloween. I understand that. But, I don't know. For me, the Rick and Morty stuff kind of missed the mark. It's just not really a natural fit, is it, to a wrestling company? I don't know. To shoulder up by Asuka. I'm not saying who gets eliminated. Asuka and Kairi need to be careful. They might get injured in NXT or a live show event. But this is important, you know. This war against AEW is getting a lot of press, and WWE aren't going to want to keep losing it week after week. So, I mean, look at this. You've had Finn Balor on the show. They've got Asuka on the show now. It's been a brilliant, brilliant week. So far, NXT has been unmissable tonight. The only time I got concerned was Shane Thorne versus Bronson Reed. There's a little moment here where they're teasing that Dakota Kai is injured. Don't believe she is. She's down after taking a big bump on the outside. Tegan Nox is being warned away. Asuka going out after Dakota. Asuka getting back into the ring. She's got her foot on the back of the head of... Love these kicks. Look at these quick little kicks that Asuka's firing in. Just brilliant. Everything she does. So measured. Calculated. Everything's got a purpose. Love to see her take off that knee brace as well. I think that'd be amazing. Could you imagine if... Oh, working on the knee. It's the good knee of Dakota. It's not the bad knee. But I'd love to see her take that knee brace off and go after the bad knee. Jennifer Lockhart, freshly squeezed. Love Orange Cassidy. I agree. I understand people's concerns about Orange. And the fact that, you know, he keeps his hands in his pockets and stuff like that. But look, if you can be competitive whilst having your hands in your pockets, why not? Why not? He can still do kip-ups. He can still do suicide dives. He can still get out of the way of things. He can still do shoulder charges. Do you know what I mean? That's what he wants to do. It's not a problem. I don't think that it diminishes wrestling. Can I just say that Jericho has come out on AEW and he's got a wonderful Halloween jacket on. Wonderful Halloween jacket by Jericho. That's how you do Halloween, in my opinion. Just a nice little touch like that, you know? I think 2 OTT, just a little nod to it. Jericho and Cody contract signing is what we've got now, and this is going to be quite explosive, I think. First hour, 100% goes to NXT. This has been the best episode of NXT so far. Straight over into the corner goes Kairi Sane. They're still working over Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai kicks out of that pin. Tony is leading Cody into the arena. One of the best belts in wrestling. That AEW championship is beautiful. Lovely work by Kairi. Still working over on that knee. It's still the good knee. Oh, but she's starting to work over the bad knee. She's switching, and look at the pain on the face of Dakota Kai. Oh, middle of the ring. Love. Oh, kicks now to the good knee. I say good knee. I don't think she's got a good knee anymore. Dakota Kai being dragged over to the corner of Asuka. Asuka grabbing the knee as well. Cody coming out. We've got the table set up on the entrance stage. Jericho doesn't even want to look. Doesn't even want to look at Cody. He says, I'm the champion. Contract signing. Does the table survive? I don't think so. Orange Cassidy is going to break his neck if he's not careful. It's risky. It is risky doing it with your hands in your pockets, but he can wrestle when he needs to. When he feels like he wants to. Little roll up by Asuka. Kick out. And Dakota Kai is pretty close over to Tegan Nox. Feel like she will make that tag eventually. Feel like Tegan... Oh, dragged right back over to the other corner. Great work by Asuka. This tag match is everything you want it to be. Brilliant women's tag match. Kabuki Warriors. Look at that. Kairi standing in between Dakota and Tegan just like that. Kairi looks like $1 million. Okay, so contract signing about to get underway on AEW. Cody gonna sign first. Cody chants by the crowd. Still all Kairi saying it's all Kabuki Warriors. Beautiful head scissors. NXT has got all of my attention days. It is good. Although you have got Jericho and Cody right now doing a contract signing on AEW. But brilliant women's tag match. Good luck to all of you. Nice kick by Kairi Sane. Going over, tagging in Asuka. Jericho teased that he was going to knock the table into Cody. He says, I got you on that one. He says, sit down, sit down. Match is too important. Dakota Kai is in there with Asuka. She's desperately trying to fight back. I'm a little bit worried that they're actually going to put the titles onto Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. It's just so they could do a rematch, you know? It's all Kabuki Warriors right now, and I can't see them winning a squash. Jericho says this match is too important for me to flip a table. It's the biggest match in pro wrestling this year. Jericho says, if you win, you will become what you've always wanted to be, the world champion. I would argue he achieved that at All In when he won the NWA World Championship. So if they're trying to say that this is going to be his first time at being a world champion, that's not true. He's a former NWA World Champion. And I think they're doing that belt a real disservice if they're discrediting it. It's still all Kabuki Warriors. Asuka going through the motions right now. Jericho says he's going to teach Cody a lesson. As we go to commercial break on NXT. Of what it's like to be a loser. I gotta tell you, he teases it again that he's going to knock the table over, and he doesn't. I mean, this is definitely coming to blows, isn't it? It's definitely coming to blows. Cody takes his jacket off. Jericho says, calm down, hillbillies. I don't actually know where they are tonight. Jericho is such a great champion. I don't want the Kabuki Warriors to be champions. Hello, Suki Streams. WWE is just killing the NXT brand. They are killing the indie feel of the show. Don't know, dude. We saw Butch Reed and Shane Thorne. You had Candice LeRae at the start. We're going to see Keith Lee. You got Kylo. I mean, you're talking ex-big indie names. I think it's to the war now, you know. I just don't think you can do lots of matches of people who you don't know. I guarantee that when that Shannon versus Shibata match was on, or whatever they were called, people will have turned over to NXT. I think they would have been impressed with what they've seen, because NXT has really killed it today. Jericho and Cody face to face. Jericho says, we can stand here all night, Cody, but we might be needed elsewhere. Sammy Guevara's outside by the limo. What's happening? Jake Hager. Oh, right, Dustin Rhodes. I couldn't see who it was. Jake Hager, so they're beating up Dustin Rhodes outside. Knee to the midsection. Jack Swagger just hurling Goldust's head into the side of that limousine. They should put the tag titles on the line against Lee and Riddle. Oh, no way! Hager just slammed the door onto the arm of Dustin Rhodes. Wow. That's crazy. That looked really good. I don't even know how you can do that without it actually hurting. Like, I feel like they have just slammed the door on his arm. So I don't know how you do that. Jericho was like, Wow, and now lights a cigar. We're back underway. Still. Jesus. I think this is like, if you added all of Dakota Kai's matches together, I think it still wouldn't equal the amount of time she's been in that ring. She's still in the ring right now. How can she even see straight? Having a knee twisted around, and they are just absolutely dissecting her. Dragging her into the middle. Looking to turn her over. She's trying to fight out of it, but she does get turned over. Screaming in pain. Over on AEW, we've got Dustin down Cody. Embracing him like you would a child. Good little segment that was. Credit where it's due. Oh, neck breaker by Kairi. Kick to the face. Going for a quick cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Dakota. It's all Kabuki Warriors still. We're approaching the final 40, 50 odd minutes. Just under 50 minutes now. Good match on NXT. I think we're at commercial break on AEW. We're just seeing shots of the crowd. Jim Ross saying, if you're watching us on Fight or ITV, we appreciate you very much. So I guess that means that we are at commercial break at the moment. Right, Tegan Nox desperately trying to get into this match. Dakota Kai going over to her. She's going to make the tag. She's finally going to get in, and she does. Tegan Nox is in. Clothesline. Down goes Asuka. And again, Kairi Sane is in. Slammed down by Tegan Nox. Asuka into the corner. European uppercut by Tegan Nox. And again to Kairi Sane into the corner with a back elbow. And one for Kairi as well. She's trying to hurl Tegan into Asuka. She does. Kick as well into Guri. Asuka down. Tegan Nox like a little ball of fire. Going up top with a crossbody. Comes crashing down onto Asuka. Kick out. Kick out by Asuka. Tegan Nox gonna have to do so much more than that. So much more than that. She's got Asuka set up for the kick. Oh, Asuka lock! She's got the knee bar locked in. Tegan is screaming in pain. I don't know where Dakota Kai is. Middle of the ring. I think she's going to get out of it though. She's got up to her feet. Oh, she's reversed into an armbar. She's got an armbar on Asuka. Kairi Sane has come in. We're getting to the business end of this match now. Kick by Dakota. Asuka. German suplex to Dakota. Kick by Tegan. All 4 women are down. Absolute scenes on NXT. NXT chants. I can tell you that over on AEW, we've got Evans and Angélico. I actually don't know who else they've got. There's 3 people. I don't know who else it is. Let me know in the chat. I didn't see. Evans and Angélico and someone else. Really cool video game graphics. Dakota Kai going around looking for a big boot. She gets it. Asuka goes down. Dave, repeat after me. There's no way I could do that right now. Asuka up onto the shoulders of Dakota. Green mist! Green mist! Green mist by Asuka! Green mist by Asuka! Tegan is getting up on the outside. Hip attack by Asuka. Dakota Kai is down. Kairi Sane with the elbow. Dakota Kai's face is absolutely covered. And the Kabuki Warriors retain thanks to Green Mist. Green Mist. Look at that, man. Absolutely incredible. She got her right in the face. Right in the face. The referee's had to go and get a towel. I bet the referee is like, what happened? How's your face green? Like, 'cause you're a stupid referee. I just got spat in the face. Kenny Omega making his way down. He's got some kind of a mask on, but I don't know what it is. It must be like a video game reference. I have no idea what that is. If you know what that is, let me know. So Kenny has come down in some kind of a mask. Maybe it's something to do with Rick and Morty, because of them being in partnership with Rick and Morty. I'd probably know if I watched Rick and Morty. Young Bucks are making their way out. Dakota Kai is still struggling to see. Young Bucks are here as, I think it's Ken and Ryu again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The horsewomen are here. Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir, Shayna Baszler. Tegan Nox has just seen that they're making their way down. So Kabuki Warriors retain. Oh, she's outnumbered. She's on her own. She's just been in a match with the Kabuki Warriors. Dakota Kai is down. Whoa! Right, she goes right after Shayna, but she gets jumped. Tegan Nox doing what she could there. Is it Kip Sabian? Kip Sabian, it is. You're right. Well done. Shayna twisting the arm of Tegan. They're holding her down. She's gonna stomp on her elbow. Shayna Baszler's gonna stomp. And Rhea Ripley again. God, Rhea Ripley's been busy tonight. Rhea Ripley's been really busy tonight. Has she shaved her head? Or is her hair just pushed back? She looks a little bit different than earlier, Rhea Ripley. Maybe it's just the angle. We're definitely building towards Rhea Ripley against Shayna Baszler, aren't we? Oh, but there's Io! Io Shirai is here! Oh my god, the women's title picture is so confusing. So we've got Io and Rhea Ripley. Now Bianca Belair's come down. The EST of NXT is here. Unloading. And now Candice has come down. It's absolute carnage. Oh, what is William Regal going to do with this mess? We've got Rhea Ripley. We got Shayna Baszler. We got Io Shirai. We got Candice LeRae. There's Marina Shafir. There's Jessamine Duke. It's just all happening. It is all happening. Everyone is down, though, apart from Rhea Ripley. Shayna Baszler is calling her into the ring. Rhea Ripley takes her jacket off. I think things are happening here. This is good. This is good. Rhea Ripley getting into the ring. Charging over. Takedown. Rhea Ripley unloaded on Shayna Baszler. Bianca Belair gets into the ring. Io Shirai. Candice LeRae. Jessamine Duke. Marina Shafir. It's just all out war. And now here comes Dakota Kai, who still can't see. I think Tegan Nox is in there as well. We've got an absolute all out women war. Look at that. I think we've got... Yes! Regal's here! William Regal's here! William Regal! The king! What's he going to call? What's he going to announce? You got to announce something. Go on, Will. Go on, Willie. Simple solution. What's he going to announce? War Games! How are we going to get War Games? Crowd are chanting yes. Very first women's War Games, but how is that gonna... Is Bianca Belair? I don't even know what the teams are. First ever women's War Games. That was so good from William Regal. William Regal, so good. There's a very simple answer. War Games. Ah, yes, yes, yes. The mask is from... Oh, okay, the mask is from Rick and Morty. War Games. War Games got me so hot, says Joe Lewis. It's good, isn't it? Kenny Omega was wearing a Sans costume from Undertale. Okay. Not even close tonight. I so agree. So agree. I mean, we got Kenny Omega in there. Pointless match. Pointless six-man tag match. Who cares? This might as well be on AEW Dark. Kenny Omega, Young Bucks against Angélico, Jack Evans, Kip Sabian. Not for me, baby. Not for me. I am very honest when AEW has been the better show. You can watch the previous streams, Wednesday night streams. I'll always tell you the truth, or what I see and believe to be the truth. And honestly, this isn't even close. I'm feeling like a 7-9 at the moment. AEW's been perfectly fine. Maybe a 7 might even be too high. Well, I don't know. It's been perfectly fine. I've not been offended. We've still got that tag match to come. I'm feeling a 7. But NXT has been a 9, man. NXT has hardly put a foot wrong. Hardly put a foot wrong. This is why WWE said it was a marathon. NXT's women division is better. Definitely. Surely this week's NXT has got to have won, but I bet AEW wins on viewers. I think NXT will close the gap. But it's quite a big gap, so yeah, I don't know if they will do it. You're pretty fair on the ratings, Days. I like to be fair. I don't have any issue with AEW. I love the Wednesday Night War. I think AEW have really brought a lot of great stuff to the party. The private party being one. So I like AEW. And most weeks I think they've been the better show. I think last week was the first week I said NXT just pipped it. And they pipped it largely because of that Balor heel turn. I mean, it's one of the biggest moments of the year. So for me, it swung it in NXT's favor last week. This week, it's just been dominance by NXT. They started with Poppy. They started with a killer women's match. We've had great match with the Kabuki Warriors. The Finn Balor promo was fire. I really enjoyed Bronson Reed as well. I can't even tell you what the low point of the NXT night has been. It's been excellent. I bet they're very, very proud of what they've achieved. And then this big announcement as well about War Games. Huge. Jody Gilly says in the ER, they just gave me a shot in the arm. Why are you in ER, dude? What's going on? Why are you in ER? AEW is also very new. Fair, yeah, very fair. They're going to make mistakes. I don't know if tonight's a mistake. I just think that NXT's had the better show. I don't think AEW's really done anything wrong. I feel like this match though, it doesn't mean anything. I'm not bothered by it. But people obviously love the Elite. So the crowd are going to be into it. Beth Phoenix getting excited about the first ever women's War Games. NXT is overproduced and stale. I think you're going to be in the minority on that one, bud. Right, we got Tyler Bate making his way out. Tyler Bate, former United Kingdom champion, taking on Cameron Grimes. This is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Tyler Bate, so I'm not gonna... Ain't got no issue with this. Hard for it to compete against Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, though. Into the corner. Lovely work by the Bucks. So Tyler Bates here is waving out to the crowd. Obviously, a little bit of beef between these two last week. Tyler Bates got like those socks on that are pulled up. Those like sports socks that Jack Gallagher, I think he still wears. I'm not sure. Morrison will join NXT to beef with Finn. I can't watch NXT, so I can't really say much about it. It's been the better show so far. We've got about half an hour to go. About half an hour to go. Cameron Grimes making his way out. They're really hot on this guy. He's been showing off quite a bit. I'll tell you someone I don't think we'll see this week. Don't think we're going to see Jordan Miles. I'm reminded of him because Cameron Grimes was in that breakout tournament as well. What channel are you watching NXT on in the UK? It's if you Google it, you'll find streams of it. There we go. Look, Cameron Grimes in the ring with Tyler Bate. Over on AEW, we've got the Elite who seem to be in firm control. Zycami is AEW champ. Yep, I've got that written down. Where did the commentary go? What do you mean? There's not much to give commentary on. We're just underway. The match has only just started on NXT between Tyler Bate and Cameron Grimes. Over on AEW, we've got a one-winged angel. And I think Kenny's about to get the victory too. And there we go. Bit of a pointless match for me. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, I don't see what that's achieved at all. Perfectly fine wrestling match. But yeah, not something that I cared about, to be honest. This has got a little bit of a backstory to it. Obviously, we saw Bop and Bang last week from Tyler Bate. There we go. Look, the Young Bucks. Oh! Young Bucks were shaking hands with some fans. A couple of fans had Rick and Morty masks on. Turns out that they were actually Tito and Ortiz. Kenny Omega. Look at them two chairs that are like connected together on AEW. Tyler Bate working on the arm of Cameron Grimes. They are tag team brothers being the Elite. It's great. The Elite not putting over young talent as usual. Ortiz and Santana is awesome tonight. They're kind of like renegades, aren't they? They're a bit like the Outsiders. They're just like out of control. Tyler Bate trying to work on the arm of Cameron Grimes. Of course, we're working our way towards the first ever tag team champions on AEW. I don't know what that shirt is. Can't even see. Nice head scissors by Cameron Grimes on Tyler Bate. AEW is obviously the better show. Not in my opinion. Not this week. I think you'll see that reflected on social media. Tyler Bate picking up Cameron Grimes. Airplane spin. Airplane spin by Tyler Bate. I think we're at commercial break on AEW because we've just got shots of the crowd. So nothing really to tell you about with AEW at the moment. Tyler Bate, though, going against the ropes. I think he's going to go for a suicide dive, but Cameron Grimes comes in. Plants Tyler Bate. 1, 2, kick out by Tyler Bate. AEW is better than Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and Crown Jewel put together. I probably wouldn't disagree with the Raw SmackDown bit. How can you say AEW is the better show if you're not even watching NXT? Imagine thinking that AEW was better tonight. Days, what do you think about 2 War Games matches? I'm fine. I'm fine for them. Evan Harris says NXT 4 out of 5, AEW 2 out of 5. I love your star ratings, Evan. I think they're really cool. I think you'll see it reflected in the ratings. I'm not sure. The thing with the ratings is they're not really a good gauge of what's been the better show, because do you know what I mean? Like it's more to do with promotion and things like that. It's hard. It's really hard. I mean, going into this week, AEW was ahead by a couple of 100,000. That's not an easy gap to close. I think the gap will have closed because I think that Finn Balor moment last week was huge. But I wouldn't be surprised if AEW won the ratings this week. But I don't think in any way is that a reflection of the quality of the shows. The bigger news story would be if the gap does close. You know? NXT definitely doing some good stuff. Right, I think we've got the Librarians coming out on AEW now. Peter Avalon and Leva Bates. The Librarian, Peter Avalon. Asking for people to shush. Still winless. It's reading time. Days, did you notice that they said there were 3 judges for the Cody Jericho match should it go the full 60 minutes? Yes, I think they announced that. I think they announced that last week, that there'd be judges. I really like it. I really like that idea. I really like time limit draws. I know a lot of people don't, but this is a sporting competition, and there are time limits in sport. I mean, there's time limits in wrestling. Here's Moxley. Moxley's coming through the crowd. This is going to be a bloodbath. Moxley versus Peter Avalon. So Moxley is here. Kick to the midsection. Your book is overdue. Moxley is the champ. Paradigm shift. I still know it as Dirty Deeds. Paradigm shift, so I don't think we're getting a match now. So what was the point in Peter Avalon coming down? Okay, so I think it's going to be Moxley promo. So it's an unsanctioned match between Moxley and Kenny Omega. I gotta be honest, right now I'm probably more inclined to watch AEW, which is quite surprising, because I am a big Tyler Bate fan. But I want to know what Moxley's saying. So Moxley's quite upset, and rightfully so, because he says an unsanctioned match won't show in the record books. It's as if it never happened. So he says once he beats the so-called best wrestler in the world, it won't show. It'll be for nothing. His promos alone, Moxley is great. I love AEW, but NXT also. He says you can take your win-loss record. Well, I disagree with him. I think the win-loss record is important, but they're not using it. What's the point in recording the wins and losses and then don't do anything with it? So I don't want to see the wins and losses go. I just want to see them utilize them. Moxley says, I'm unsanctionable. Over on NXT, we're still underway. Tyler Bate is firing back against Cameron Grimes. I haven't seen nothing yet, according to Moxley. Moxley's got a screw loose. He's got several screws loose. Bye, KJ. He says you're going to see glorious wrestling violence like you've never seen. Just seeing, we're still underway with this NXT match. Moxley's rambling here. He's just ranting and rambling. He's a rambling rabbit. Moxley doing a great impression of a rambling rabbit. Very passionate promo from Moxley. Tyler Bate, just gets a 2 on NXT. I don't even know. I'm guessing it's the tag match, isn't it? Tag match is going to be the main event on NXT. Certainly the tag match is going to be the main event here on AEW. As we go to another commercial break. Okay, let's keep our attention whilst we're at the commercial break for AEW. Going to keep our attention on NXT. We got Tyler Bate with Cameron Grimes. Bate lands on his feet. bop and bang, but Cameron Grimes firing back with some shots of his own. Against the ropes. Oh, bit of a Spanish fly by Cameron Grimes. Can't get the 3, though. That was a great spot. So Tyler Bate does his launch off the top rope, and then it's a little bit of a Spanish fly. It's not quite a Spanish fly. Maybe it's like a Portuguese fly or something. A Barcelona fly. Nice little roll up. 1, 2. He's going for it again. Oh, and now a big clothesline by Tyler Bate, who rolls through. 2. Kick out by Cameron Grimes. This is a good match. This match is decent, you know. I've not been paying it much attention because of the Moxley promo. I tell you that the Lucha Bros are on their way. Got like sick masks on and everything. They look really cool. I don't know what they're wearing. He's looking for the Tyler Driver. Lucha Bros versus SCU. That's going to be our main event. This Tyler Bate Cameron Grimes match is surely going to end soon. Cameron Grimes trying to crawl under that bottom rope. Tyler Bate picking him up. Back elbow by Cameron Grimes. Against ropes goes Cameron Grimes. Clothesline by Tyler Bate. Cameron Grimes to the outside. Tyler Bate against the ropes. Nice kicks. SCU making their way out. Tyler Bate working really hard on NXT. It's a really good match. Crowd are into it. Oh, Killian Dane? Killian Dane has come down. Is he in the crowd or has he come down the entrance ramp? Ah, there's the stomp! The stomp by Cameron Grimes! And he gets the win? Killian Dane with the distraction. Cameron Grimes with that excellent stomp. It's the same stomp that put Raul Mendoza, I think it was, away a few weeks ago. And a senton by Killian Dane. Is this going to bring out Pete Dunne or something? Or are we building towards a Killian Dane Tyler Bate feud? Killian Dane on the outside. Look at this. The Beast of Belfast. Wow. Like Northern Ireland against England. Tell Pete Dunne we've got unfinished business. I don't think he heard him. Tyler Bate just got cannonballed into the ring steps on the outside. I don't think he's going to be telling Pete Dunne anything. So Killian Dane wants Peter. Peter! Very, very cool. Days, what name do you prefer? Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose? I think they're very close, actually. I think Jon Moxley might be better. Riddle and Keith Lee. After NXT, is there more NXT? Right, guys, over on AEW, we've got the big match of the evening. This is the final of the tag team tournament. Days before the main events, what ratings do you get? I'm gonna stick. Nothing's changed in my opinion. 7 for AEW. I don't think they've done a great deal wrong. I just think some of the matches have been a little bit pointless. Like there's not really been a meaning to them. I think the Rick and Morty stuff wasn't executed very well. Again, you know, a lot actually, a lot of matches that just don't matter. They've got this win-loss record, and it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Doesn't seem, I can't see what they're doing with the win-loss thing. And I find that very frustrating because I had high hopes for that win-loss thing. This main event, though, excellent. This is the end of a tournament. This is going to crown the first NXT Tag Team Champions, so no issues with this. No qualms with this. So, yeah, I feel like a 7 out of 10 is fair. I think if I was to go down to a 6.5, that might be a bit harsh. I would go down more than I would go up. Let's put it that way. I could be convinced to go to a 6.5 more than a 7.5. So I'm around that ballpark. But NXT, 9 out of 10. Straight up 9 out of 10. I can't think of much they did wrong. You could argue maybe the Kabuki Warriors match went a little long. You could argue the start of this Tyler Bate match was a little bit skippable. Outside of that, it's been brilliant. The William Regal announcement and everything, it's been brilliant. Loved it. Bring on the candy. Crest has got you covered. It's so good, actually, watching American adverts, because I never see them, obviously, because I'm not in America. So, yeah, it's really cool. Sometimes I like to just watch the ads. But we're not going to do that, because we do have a match on AEW at the moment that sees the Lucha Bros against SCU. We are at commercial break for NXT at the moment. How about the Moxley promo? I thought it was good, but nothing compared to the Finn Balor promo. It had that sense of, you know, shoot about it, you know, the way that he said, I had to lie down for the next big thing. Some guy in a mask. I love that. I love that. Such a cheeky line. NXT is not playing anymore. Hey, sorry for spanning a few minutes ago. I didn't even notice, dude. Shout out to Peter Christ. I can tell you that it's Lucha Bros that are in control right now. Back elbow by Pentagón. Oh, wow. Fenix out of nowhere. Roll up 1, 2. Kick out. Yeah, good, really good work by the Lucha Bros. What, there's an advert here for something. I'm really interested in it, because I'm sure this guy... Is there a wrestler? Is this a promo for NXT? What is this? I really should have been watching this NXT promo because it looked amazing. We've got Kathy Kelly. Breaking news. Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley have been named as team captains. It's a shame it's not like NXT versus NXT UK in War Games. That would have been amazing. Exclusive interviews at CBS Sports. Okay, we've got Keith Lee making his way out. So, as we said, we're at the main events for both shows. And for me, the bigger match right now, no doubt about it, AEW. We're crowning the first ever AEW Tag Team Champs. SCU bringing that bags of experience in there against the Lucha Bros. So, Frankie Kazarian. Days can't join the Crown Jewel live stream tomorrow. It's too early. It'll be 1 a.m. in Manila. I'll get back to you on the SmackDown stream on Friday. Yes, of course, it's worth mentioning that we are live streaming Crown Jewel watch along tomorrow. So for those of you that are able, join us for that. It's going to be absolutely huge and guaranteed elite figure giveaways. Guaranteed elite figure giveaways. Matt Riddle making his way out on NXT. Lucha Bros in control on AEW. Days, do you have fangs? Let's say yes. Days, did you place my other account on timeout? No, I haven't been doing anything. I bet the win-loss records come into full effect when they have a mid-card title. That'd be cool. I really want them to use it. I hope it doesn't just disappear. You know, I think it's a step in the right direction, but you've got to use it, you know? I'm at school when Crown Jewel starts. We're at commercial break now on AEW. I tell you that Keith Lee, Matt Riddle are both in the ring now. We're just waiting for Undisputed Era. Days, would you like to see a women's War Games match? We're getting one, dude. They've announced one tonight on NXT. How many hours till Crown Jewel starts? 12, 14. About 14. 14 hours. Now you realise how it feels to be a wrestling... Yeah. It's currently coming up to about 5 to 2 in the morning in the UK. Don't forget about the forfeit. No, I won't forget about the forfeit. We've still got to do a Wheel of Fun as well. So as soon as the show's finished, we'll do a Wheel of Fun. I'll do the forfeit. And yeah, we will go because I need to get some sleep before Crown Jewel, of course. Big show tomorrow. Huge show. Noon Eastern, I believe it is, yes. Is this for the title on NXT, by the way? I don't know. I don't think they announced it was. Crowd chanting, bask in his glory. Days, I most likely won't be on the stream because I'm at school. No worries. Chalmers is the NXT champ. Okay. You jot that down. We're underway. Big kicks. I mean, but neither of these matches are going to end anytime soon because, of course, we've still got quite a bit of time. Still a good 5 minutes or so on AEW, and NXT normally overruns. Days, the UK gets a pay-per-view at a reasonable time. Yes. Days, have you got a reflection in the mirror? Yes. Ryback has got his own channel. He does. Is Tyler Bates still your favourite? They've kind of taken the spotlight off Tyler a little bit, haven't they? Like, the spotlight now is... When I was crazy about Tyler, that he was, like, front and centre, he's kind of taken a bit of a backseat. And they're pushing Pete Dunne a lot more now. I mean, what a perfect example, what we just saw there. You know, Killian Dane doesn't want to attack Tyler Bate because he wants to feud with Tyler. He attacked Tyler Bate because he wants to feud with Pete Dunne. Tell Pete Dunne we've got unfinished business. You know, you go back a couple of years and people would have been going after Tyler Bate because he was the champ. So I kind of feel like they've taken the spotlight off him. He is absolutely still one of my favourites, but I don't know if he's my absolute favourite. I mean, I love The Fiend. I think if I had to pick one person, I'd have to say Bray Wyatt. He single-handedly gets me through Raws and SmackDowns. Without him, I just don't even know how I'd cope. Riddle, big chop to Bobby Fish. SCU, Scorpio Sky with a back elbow. Couple of back elbows to Fenix against the ropes. Duck underneath, over the top, crashing down onto Pentagón Jr. Lovely work there by Scorpio Sky, and a basement drop kick by Rey Fenix. Big slam by Riddle. Bro hammer and spear. I think 205 Live is probably the only show I still like. Have you seen X-Pac's channel? No, I haven't. Pretty much everyone's got a channel these days. It's hard to keep up with all of the channels. I struggle to keep up with my own. Scorpio Sky in the ring with the Lucha Bros. Up Kazarian. Beautiful DDT on Fenix. No, Pentagón, sorry. There's Fenix. Round. And a DDT. 1, 2. Didn't know if that might be the finish then for a second, because we're edging our way towards the end of the show. All eyes on AEW right now, as we are surely just minutes away from crowning the first champs. I'm going to say, get your predictions in. I'm going to say Lucha Bros. Who do you think? Lucha Bros or SCU? Oh, cutter! Cutter by Fenix! 1, 2. Kick out by Scorpio Sky. Who is winning, Lucha Bros or SCU? Who will become the first AEW Tag Team Champs? I'm saying Lucha Bros. I'm saying Lucha Bros because I think they lost a few matches against the Young Bucks. And it wouldn't surprise me if there was a bit of a deal that was struck. It's like, look, put us over and we'll make you the first tag champs. SCU, with their experience, getting to the final. Pentagón has got Kazarian. Puts him through a table. SCU, Lucha Bros, Lucha Bros. It's a little bit mixed. I'd say there's probably more people for Lucha Bros. We're still at commercial break on NXT. Kazarian just got hurled through that table. Scorpio Sky in the ring on his own. He's trying to fight off both of the Lucha Bros. Oh, big kick by Pentagón Jr. Oh, crashing down from Fenix. 2. Kick out. Daze, can you feel the hunger? Feel the hunger on both shows. Both shows putting on great matches. It's just that the AEW one means so much more. Trying to put Sky away, not getting it. Kazarian comes in too. Oh, have they done it? SCU with a roll-up? It's SCU. Wow, shocked. I am shocked. I really... Well, I told you, I thought it was going to be Luchas. Pentagón Jr. can't believe it. SCU go into the history books as the first AEW... I don't know, that feels a little flat. Little roll-up. It wasn't like... Do you know what I mean? It came out of nowhere. But I suppose if you're going to beat the Lucha Bros, it might have to be a little roll-up, mightn't it, you know? The inside of that belt strap as well. Looks nice on the inside. Looks like snake skin or something, doesn't it? What's the inside of that strap? Jesus, the inside of those belts look nicer than the outside. Well, there we go, guys. Massive surprise there. SCU are the first AEW Tag Team Champs. Shame the belts are trash. Wow. SCU? A joke answer just went right for me. No, you knew it, Anna. Anna, you knew it. You predicted it. You called it. I think they waited to see who you wanted, and then they just went that way. They rushed the roll up because of time. Fair play. Yeah, I mean, the show has ended quite abruptly, so... Okay. Just a little surprised, but that does make sense. That was amazing. I give AEW 8 out of 10 and NXT 8 out of 10. Shout out to Wrestling Days. Thank you, Ben Russell. Days, what you think about the women's war games? Really looking forward to it. Last week they ran out of time. This week they didn't. SCU deserve it. Yeah, I haven't really got an issue with SCU winning. Just quite not what I was expecting at all. I'm surprised by it, and I'm surprised by the ending. We can turn our attention, though, over to... Let's change this over. I'm still sticking. Nothing's changed my thoughts. 7 out of 10. Show. Too much that just didn't matter for me. Boom. Riddle trying to tag in Keith Lee. Bobby Fish takes Keith Lee's feet away, legs away. Kyle O'Reilly is in. Big boot. Down goes Riddle. Tags in Fish. Kicks coming in by Riddle. I gotta be honest, it feels like this is a real flat way to end NXT. I think NXT has had a lot of meaning. I think there's been big announcements. I think there's been some like real grudge matches. This is a decent match, but it can't. If someone's been watching AEW and they just turn off and now they go to NXT, this isn't a fair reflection of what the show's been like. Like, the wrestling is fine, but... And the show has been so much better than this match. I mean, if you've been watching AEW, you've just seen the first Tag Champs crowned. Now you're going to turn over to this, and what's this? What are you missing? You'd feel quite justified, wouldn't you, that you'd watched AEW? Roll through by Riddle. In comes Keith Lee. Keith Lee with clotheslines. Taking down Kyle O'Reilly. Taking down Bobby Fish. Imagine Keith Lee against Bronson Reed. That would be awesome. Glides into the corner. Look at them staggering around. Undisputed Era dazed, but they were playing possum. Knees to the midsection, but Keith Lee with a double clothesline. Down goes O'Reilly. Down goes Fish. Keith Lee, one-man tank, innit? He is a one-man machine. Match is still going. What match are you most looking forward to at Crown Jewel? The Fiend. Easily the Fiend. Looking forward to watching the women as well, though. Up goes Fish. I'm tired of this push that Keith Lee? Who the hell's Keith Lee? Keith Lee is getting. I'm not a fan, and the hype isn't deserved. I've really enjoyed his matches, to be fair. I've really enjoyed the matches against Dijakovic. Keith Lee going over to the corner. The big guy going up to that middle rope. Kyle O'Reilly going up after him as well. Gets pushed down. Keith Lee. Oh! Bobby Fish rolls out the way. Kick to the back of the head. Forearm strike to Keith Lee. Up onto the shore. Samoan drop by Bobby Fish. 1, 2. Keith Lee kicks out. Kyle O'Reilly trying to get the armbar on Keith Lee. Keith Lee getting up onto his feet with one arm, picking up Kyle O'Reilly. Look at the strength. That strength is insane. You can't fake that. The strength. Look at this. Incredible, incredible one-arm powerbomb. We've seen that so many times from Keith Lee. Kick by Riddle. Trying to take the legs away. Beautiful work. Kip up by Riddle. Forearm strike. Great exploder suplexes. Happy Halloween to Ben. Sentons all round by Riddle. Ben, it's a long story. Not one that I'm going to be able to tell right now. As Riddle... Oh, who's that? Is that Cole? Cole and Roderick Strong have come down. Knees by Riddle. So all four members... Is this going to build towards the announcement of War Games, do you think? Riddle, Keith Lee, Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa. And Pete Dunne feuds with Killian Dane. It's making sense, innit? Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Velveteen Dream. Ah, Keith Lee with a shoulder charge to Adam Cole. Riddle looking for the power bomb, but Fish lands high-low. Undisputed Era win the match thanks to outside interference. How's this going to play out then? Keith Lee in there. Riddle in there. All four members of the Undisputed Era in there. All four draped in gold. Can you imagine if they do a War Games and if Undisputed Era lose, they lose all of the titles? That would be so amazing. Everything on the line. Everything on the line. Tommaso. Tommaso's coming down with the crutch. It's got to, innit? It's got to be leading towards War Games. Tommaso in there, taking out people with that crutch. Where's Velveteen? Yeah, Ciampa taking everyone out right now. NXT ends the same every week. Daddy is going to war. Days, you and me think exactly the same. Keith Lee. Hurling out Bobby Fish. So, Undisputed Era are down on the outside. We've got Keith Lee, we've got Riddle, we've got Tommaso. Tommaso getting on the mic. Let's see what he's got to say. What's he going to say? He's teasing this. He's going over to Goldie. There's Goldie chants from the crowd. Goldie's in the corner. Goldie? You're gonna have to wait. Daddy's going to war. Daddy's going to war. Goldie, you're gonna have to wait. Daddy's going to war. Whoa! Goosebumps, man. That legit gave me goosebumps. Tingling here. Why do I get so excited about a grown man talking to a championship belt? No idea, but I do. I have. It happened. It happened. Tommaso Ciampa. Goldie, you're gonna have to wait. Daddy's going to war. Woo! Love it. Good night to Huskus is a legend. That for me is an easy 9 out of 10. Easy 9 out of 10. I could even be convinced to go higher. It's a borderline whitewash. That good. That good. Right, we need to do Wheel of Fun, don't we? And I need to go because obviously need to get some sleep before Crown Jewel, which is now less than 14 hours away. So it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Da-dum-bum. Right, Wheel of Fun time. Here we go. Let's bring up La Wheel. I have got to do the forfeit from earlier as well. Let's spin the wheel and see what she wants. What does she want? What do you want? What do you want? Kids magazine giveaway. Okay. They're like Little John. Kids magazine giveaway. So we'll give away one of those figure posters that we've got, and I should still have. It's quite good actually. What would it be in Halloween? Scariest superstars. There's the scariest in there lurking. The scariest of all non-superstars. There I am, look. Ooh. So we're going to give this away. WWE Kids Magazine. We're going to give this away. Actually, let me tell you what gifts you get. You get a wallet, armband, wristband, badge, posters, stickers, exclusive Topps card. Get all of that and a poster. So that's going to go to the 15th person. The 15th person that gives me the word. 15th person that gives me the word. War. 15th person that gives me the word war. They're actually doing NXT again. So if you did watch AEW, you can actually watch NXT. I don't know if that's going to backfire, because aren't people going to watch AEW and then watch this after? I don't know if that's a good move or not. Really great start to this week's show, though. Really great start. I'm Puppy. Ooh. NXT. I'm Puppy. That will make no sense if you haven't seen that video, by the way. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, well done to Sue Hines. Well done to Sue Hines. Sue Hines, you are a winner! Well done, Sue. Well done, Sue. WWE Kids Magazine Halloween. Kids Magazine, Halloween. Right, yeah, look, I thought before I go for these horrible sours that not only are horrible, but have got some horrible flavours like cherry and cranberry. See them right there, look, Toxic Waste, red sour candy. Hate these. I've never had it. Well, I say I hate them. I know I'm going to hate them because I hate the flavours, but I've never actually had the red ones before. Oh my God, look, they're... look at that. Look at that. The first one I pull out. Don't know if it's going to focus. If I hide, it might. It says cranberry anyway. Cranberry, horrible. Red pear. NXT. I don't know what I can say. I'm sure there might be some people that are joining us now that maybe weren't watching earlier. Let me know your thoughts if you have. Drop it in the chat, you know, what you thought of both shows. You can see my scores on screen. I thought that for majority of tonight, NXT was unmissable. I thought the first match between Io and Candice was brilliant. I mean, I gave you my thoughts all throughout the show. But the recap-wise, I just thought a lot of it was unmissable. I thought the Finn Balor promo in particular was maybe the best promo I've seen all year or heard all year. When he said that he'd lay down for the next big thing just because it's a guy in a mask. I mean, shots fired. Talk about shots fired. I don't know how Bray Wyatt's going to respond to that, but I don't know. It's crazy, isn't it? I always thought Bam Bam Bigelow was scarier than Kane or Undertaker. Did anyone turn heel? No. What time are you on tomorrow? We're going to start just before the kickoff show. Just before the kickoff show. Days, when does the stream end? Well, I was just going to take the final questions, put these in my mouth, cry because my eyes always water when I have these, and end the stream and seeing it that way. Days, did you hear about John Witherspoon? I did. I've got to be honest, I don't know a great deal about him. A lot of the films that he was in, I've never seen. So, not someone that I personally was familiar with. But I saw a lot of nice tributes to him. And of course, it's never nice when someone passes away. So, but I saw that news, yes. Why do you put yourself through this? I have to do what the wheel wants, my friend. So happy with NXT, I'm going to go to sleep. I don't blame you. I am going to go to sleep soon as well. John Cena saying to Roman that he's still here because Roman can't do his job was the best promo. Oh, I'm not saying that Finn Balor was the best promo ever. I'm just saying, like, of this year, it's up there. Promo-wise, I can't think of better promos I've seen this year. That wasn't this year. Do you think they'll bury the Fiend? No. I don't think. I think they know what they've got with the Fiend. I think the Fiend is very important. I think the Fiend generates a lot of views and money for them. So in no way do I think they're going to bury the Fiend. I don't know if the Fiend's winning. It depends what your definition of burying is. My definition of burying would be if Seth won easily, clean, won the match, no problem. Then I'd be worried for the Fiend. But I don't see that happening at all. Who are you rooting for in the World Series? I don't even know who's playing. We don't have it in the UK. Undertaker's going to cost the Fiend. That's what I think. That's what I think. I can't believe they won't have the Undertaker there. I think he will be there. This would seem like a logical place to put him. Speaking of promos, Moxley's was pretty sick tonight. Days, have you seen Scanners? Your forfeit reminds me of that film. Yes. Definitely NXT was better than AEW. The Women War Games was the best promo tonight. Wasn't really much of a promo. It was only really William Regal saying, "Stop it. I know how to settle this. War Games." I mean, it was a great moment. Make no mistake about it. Was King Kong Bundy scary to you? No. King Kong Bundy, when he was around in the 90s, I didn't think was that scary. There were definitely scarier people, I thought, than Bundy. Bam Bam Bigelow being one. And I think King Kong Bundy was at his scariest around WrestleMania 2. And that was so before my time that I had to watch it retrospectively. And so I don't think it had the same impact. Days, now that NXT is over, how did you come up with the name Wrestling Days? Well, I was with my girlfriend. I was watching NXT about 2014. We was watching it together. She had no interest in wrestling. And so I used to speak to her after we'd watch it. I'd want to talk about the show. And she turned around to me and said, I'm not interested, basically. I'll watch it with you, but I don't want to talk about it. So we used to carry on watching it. And then as soon as it was over, I knew I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So I used to have to sit there and think about, why have they done that? Well, you know, like we've just watched, I didn't have this platform. So I would have to sit in a room pretty much on my own, just thinking about. And one day she came in and she's like, you do know now, every time the show finishes, you slip into like a Wrestling Days. Hello. Cheeky name. I like it. So that's where it came from. So not the longest of stories, but there's no way I was going to be able to tell you that whilst the action was on, you know. AEW has 3 wins. NXT has 1 and both have drawn 2. Okay. Mayweather versus Fury at the next Crown Jewel. Days, you missed out Gangrel in your last scary figure videos, unless there isn't a Mattel figure of him. There isn't a Mattel figure of him. Make sure you do 12 and 6 on the steering wheel. Days just brought your Carolina Cara album. It's a sick album. You'll love it. There's a hidden track in there as well. Check it out. For me, AEW has got 2 wins, NXT 1, and both have got 2 draws. Will you be streaming Crown Jewel? Yes. Your Gangrel face is hideous. This is my actual face, thank you very much. Right? So, that was very hurtful. If you want to see a terrible Wrestling Days face, you're about to enjoy that right now, because we're going to put the sours in. We need to wrap this stream up. As much as I love spending time with you guys, I do need to go away and get some sleep so I can come back and stream again. So we're going to do that. My ex and I watched it religiously for 9 or so years, and then we broke up, and now I watch it alone. The Wrestling Days is real. Shout out to you, my friend. Disorientation. What is it? Tentation. Tentation? No. Oh my god. It's so small I can't quite see it. Disorientation. I think I was right the first time. Shout out to you. Disorientation. Yeah. It can suck when you're actually sitting there on your own and you're having to try and think about things. But that's why I really love these streams, because, like, if I wasn't doing the streams, this is exactly the kind of thing I would be watching. Because when as I said, you know, I didn't have anyone to talk to about wrestling. And so I used to have to just sit there and think about it. Whereas, you know, I didn't know things like this existed. You can kind of go onto Twitter and put your thoughts on there, but you're not really going to get a reaction. Or I don't know how likely it is you'll get a reaction. This feels a little bit more, do you know what I mean? There's a little bit more of interaction here, so yeah, I love doing these streams. I absolutely love them. Otherwise, again, it would be me in a room. Lost in a Wrestling Days again. Cheers for the shout out. No worries, dude. No worries. Shout out to Justin Petas. Days, one time I saw The Rock's Guess What? Oh, you saw The Rock's Guess What? Cheeky. Right, look, I'm going to go. I need to put these in. Can I tell you, these are horrible as well. Like, I don't know, they're a bit gloopy. They're not like normal. Like they're all literally just stuck together. Look, it's like congealed. Like that one's even a weird colour. Can you see how the one's a different colour? Can you imagine if I don't survive this? Can you imagine if these are like hazardous? Perhaps they've gone out of date and I'm like ill tomorrow. Okay. Let me make sure that we are good to go because obviously we're not going to stick around too long. I am going to put these in. You are going to see me suffering and then we will be good to go. So thank you all so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. If you are around tomorrow, then make sure that you join the stream. If not, it would be awesome if when you do sit down to watch Crown Jewel, you could still put the stream on and still be a part of it. I mean, obviously, you'll lose that interactive element because it'll no longer be live. But still a valid member of the community, and you will be missed. I appreciate there's people at school, there's people at work, and it's a very weird time. But it's going to be a very interesting show as well. We've got Tyson Fury, we've got Cain Velasquez, we've got the first women's match, we've got the Fiend, and who knows what's going to happen there. We might have The Undertaker. Who knows who wins that Battle Royal? Who knows who goes on to face Edge? Huge, big day tomorrow. So thanks a lot for watching this stream, guys. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now. The cranberry one first. The cranberry one. It tastes like cranberry. Oh my God, this is. Oh, these are worse. These are worse. These are worse. Oh my God. Oh, not only have I got cranberry, not only is it sour, it's left like my fingers sticky as well. Oh, I'm dribbling again. I'm dribbling. Oh, I don't know how to get through this. Oh my God. Oh.